Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Hoiberg lets it roll, picks it up as it crosses the timeline. Need a three right now. Hoiberg mass shoots. The three is on the money.
Got it! Smack down the hole. Right down the avenue. It's a 2-point game. 68-66.
Cox at the line is handed the ball.
Neither team has a timeout left.
Dribbles it 3-4 times. Hoists it up there. No good. Rebound Mass. Huskers with a 2 will tie the game. 20 seconds left to go. It's Hoiberg with the basketball. Hoiberg changes speed. Drives it. No call. Where's the foul? Put up and in. By Mass. Frank Mass. With the ball in the midcourt coming right. Sam's got him to switch. Jamarcus has got him to drive in the paint. The shot on the way. It is no good. You're going into overtime. We're going into overtime.
Second one for Blackwell is no good. Rebound Big C. They get it to Wadler. Illinois down 2. Wadler for the win, and it's short. It's short. He was online, and it would not go in. And the Badgers will leave Champaign with a win, 92-90.
Good morning. Welcome in Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Male Medical. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
How we doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. I'm good. I'm good. I laughed through most of the night, and
what are we laughing about?
It was like hot take city. I don't know, man. I get it, makes me crabby. But it's a lot of weird hot takes. It's almost like a lot of guys that and gals that like to talk about basketball don't watch a ton of basketball, or they're just not used to like how actual games are played.
Okay, so what do you mean?
It just, there's you. Do you not understand what I'm saying, or do you like a specific example?
No,
they're all over the place.
No, for sure. I mean more when you say they don't understand how basketball games are actually played. What do you mean by that?
So it's the ebbs and flows, especially.
Okay, sure. Like the rhythm of a game, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah. No, I get what you mean.
Yeah, like playing in 4-minute increments, or
like teams are going to go on runs,
trying to get to
responding
timeouts, like how just the general, like how just coaches look at it,
navigating when certain players for your team aren't necessarily playing their best.
Like those kinds of things matter. It's just not as easy as saying, well, if this guy would have done this, and then if this guy would have done that, because that's not really how sports go.
Sure.
It's never.
You change each variable and 100 change after.
Yeah, it's just not really like that. So I don't know. I'm no fun just because.
I think you're lots of fun, DB.
Well, I'm just never gonna. I'm gonna either look at it like a coach or a player.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's not. It may be just too practical.
Well, I don't know. I understand. I kind of understand what you mean in a certain sense, because I think the frustration you feel for basketball, I probably understand a little bit better from the fan perspective with football, right? I don't have a coach or player background in football, so I don't think that gives you an excuse, though, right? Like, I try and learn more. I try and get better. And also, if you watch a certain amount of basketball, I think basketball is a little bit easier to understand than football. Like, I think there's fewer variables that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
And so I think if you watch a lot of basketball, you should be able to start picking up on some things. Like playing the game in like 4-minute increments isn't like a crazy advanced thing. Like, that's a thing people talk about all the time, And so being able to understand.
You saw it last night too, when the timeouts got crazy, how these guys literally changed strategies.
Yeah,
mid-deal, just to play the TV timeout.
Absolutely.
And I think that actually. Not even where I really wanted to start, but like that actually helped Nebraska get back into it, because they weren't making any shots still.
Yeah.
But defensively, like once that got ratcheted up, it turned into an effort thing.
Yes.
And there were just stretches where they could play harder, longer than Purdue. And then the crowd got going. So then that's like
a little energy boost.
There's energy boosts.
Yeah.
And then they waited till they could make a couple of shots, but they never shot it with any sort of proficiency. But we left this game thinking like Purdue shot lights out. They didn't.
No, they didn't. I don't remember. It was less than 33%, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was not.
I mean, they took a lot of them.
Nebraska didn't play well.
No.
For the majority of that game, but I don't know, man. Did you watch Wisconsin, Illinois? Like, that's a good. They're a good basketball team. The pumpkin talk, I got on a guy last night. It's like, oh man, I told you these guys are overachievers. I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in sports. You know how I feel about overachieving.
Yeah.
You cannot do more than you're capable of doing.
Yeah.
Like, why do people say overachieving in sports? You can. Do you mean maximizing?
It's doing more than we think they're capable of doing. So that's what they mean.
Like
which is not their issue. That's our issue.
It's an ignorant sports take.
Yeah.
Like especially over the course of a season.
Yeah, you're not overachieving for 23 games or whatever. That's not what that is.
And it's like, do you?
And all three of them.
You can't have nice things because we say stupid things.
Oh, last night was so you asked when the burden of history would catch up with this program. Last night I saw fans go full, oh no, this is football.
Oh yeah.
Like they made they did the heel turn. They did the whole oh no, this is just like the amount of oh no, this is just like football just drove me up the wall.
I'm not. This is going to sound like gatekeeping, but you can call it what it is.
Sure.
But if you've never really cared about basketball at this level,
sure,
then you're probably going to react different.
Yes.
Do with that what you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like I don't know, it drives me up the wall.
And let's not act like any of the 3 losses were to teams ranked outside of the top 13 in the country.
Yeah. And I mean,
like
how good is the Big Ten at the top half?
Phenomenal. That's why I asked the question of Kerry Miller yesterday, because I think I was interested to see his answer, because I think people perceive the Big 12 as being better at the top, and it's at least
I don't know.
It's at least equal.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's at least equal. The Big Ten's really, really good. The depth is definitely better, but the top of the Big Ten's really good. And I think Nebraska is included in that.
Let's take the top 3 in the Big 12. Whitney, Houston,
Arizona, Iowa State.
Yeah, and they took it on. I told you that was a toughie.
Yeah. Yeah, you called.
TCU is weird. That's so weird. Now, I couldn't have been more wrong on Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
But that's the part of Illinois that is if you don't like, or if you will stay with it with your front court and can play away from the basket, Illinois is going to struggle defensively. They just are.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's lack of foot. I don't know what it is, but
I mean, it's not a team designed to be great at defense. That's not how
especially out front.
Like, that's not how
they don't wow you with either commitment to it or their prowess.
Right.
I'm not going to say athleticism, because Lord knows I had to hear about Nebraska's athleticism last night. I'm like, listen, rebounding isn't about athleticism. It's not.
No. It's not. Like, you think Oscar Clough is more athletic than anyone? Like, what are we talking about here?
Dude, I was getting dumber by the minute.
I don't know if you thought that, go watch Oscar Clough run up and down a basketball court and tell me he's more athletic than anyone. That's just not what it is. The guy looked like he was playing in a Sunday men's league.
Yeah.
He's got the too tight jersey.
Yeah, that looked like a rec league guy that was like, you don't really think I'm very good? I play pretty hard.
He looks like when Scalabrini's got the beard and he rolls up to a pickup game.
He's like, who you got?
He's like, who's the bum? And then he just starts eating you. Oscar Clough's game is not because he's more athletic. Trey Coffin-Wren is not more athletic
I mean, are we going to act like some of those? Go look at the shot chart. They hit like 4 of their 11 threes outside of like 24 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you think people are really sitting here thinking Lawyer is just like dicing people up with his athleticism? What are we talking about?
Dude, how about the
like
how fitting was it? He comes off that little pin down.
Yeah.
At the very onset of overtime.
Yep.
And strokes a 3.
Yep.
That dude's shot selection helped get Nebraska back in the game.
100%.
I was like, oh, now you want to hit one. You know, it's like, I don't know, man. It was a weird kind of game.
Yeah, I'm maybe it's because I don't know. Maybe it's because I have a much bigger basketball background. Like, this isn't concerning to me. I'm not concerned about this at all.
The pumpkin and overachieving talk about sent me over the edge.
Like, I just don't understand.
It's almost like we didn't just see what happened at Fort Worth last night or what Wisconsin did.
I would say, or in Champaign, or like what are we talking about? This is part of the reason I kept saying when they're like 14-0 and 15-0 and 18-0, I was like, they're going to lose some games, and that's fine. And they need to. Like, this is not, I don't understand what the concern is about. Like, I really don't. I was genuinely surprised by the way people reacted to the loss last night.
BP, I hear you, DB, but what do you think about the lack of connectedness on defense last night with a certain guy in the game? Now that if we're talking about the same guy, I do think that's one guy whose defensive intensity is codependent with how he's playing on offense. I agree. But I also think that's part of the reason he's not in the starting lineup, even though his upside is as good as anybody's on that team.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a legit, astute basketball take.
Yes.
He has got to lock in defensively.
Yes.
And last night we saw I said it on the group text.
Mm-hmm.
We got the bad Frager last night.
Yeah, absolutely. So, there weren't enough other people that played well to make up for it.
Yeah, the cool thing about it though with that team is it looks like the intensity changes because they get active, and it didn't look very active in the first 5 minutes of that game. But some of the shots that Purdue hit, like sometimes you have to tip your cap.
For sure. Also, can we not pretend like Nebraska didn't change their ball screen coverage?
Oh yeah. It was sensational. The hard hedges.
Yeah.
The pushing out like 28, 29 feet. And
then you can chase.
Yeah.
And then Mast is getting back to cover. Because
I like that. I like the fact we can have these conversations because that stuff matters.
And like,
it's not just,
that's not an effort thing. That's a scheme.
It's a scheme thing.
Right? So like you could give the exact same effort and be in the wrong coverage and get beat by it. And then they change the coverage. And guess what? All of a sudden, those shots that were still being contested, I think, reasonably well, but Purdue is really good at what they do and had just enough space to get those off in the first half when they're kind of giving it to Nebraska and early in the second half. All of a sudden, those looks aren't there anymore. They have to find their shots in a different way. And Purdue didn't readjust well to that. Yeah. That's not an effort or activity thing. That is a schematic change in which Nebraska made the right call. Yeah. So and that's maybe that's what you're talking about. Where like people don't necessarily understand basketball, so they think it's an effort thing. Yeah, that wasn't an effort thing. That was we made a philosophical change on how we're covering ball screens.
That's a lot of what I'm talking about.
Fair, totally fair. I agree.
But I don't hate it because sometimes I can't control my emotions, so then I just I have to just sometimes you just have to go hard. I'm not saying everybody has to be John Wooden. I'm not saying I'm John Wooden. I'm just saying. You have to be careful with
overrated, by the way, but it's fine.
Oh, I 100% agree.
Okay,
great philosopher.
Yeah,
great philosopher.
Overrated basketball coach.
But it's guys, man, are we watching the same thing? I hate the low hanging fruit takes. I guess is kind of my deal. I'm just telling you the overachiever pumpkin thing. I'm you guys don't. Be like, tell me you haven't played sports without telling me you haven't played sports.
And Jim, I don't. They don't have to be 100% perfect against those teams.
I hate that too.
They don't.
I hate that too. They were awful last night and still almost won.
Yeah, like
they were awful. They weren't awful. They weren't very good in the second half against Michigan. And like, where does this narrative come from?
Like, literally, Rink Mass makes a free throw, and they have got the lead with 12 seconds left.
For as trashy as they played.
Yeah. Like, there was a ton of margin of error between where they played and 100%.
And it wasn't even remotely close to 100%. The whole margin of error thing, we act like Nebraska's this team that, like, needs everything to go their way to win.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They didn't shoot the ball well. They couldn't rebound. They
got out-rebounded by 15, 16 on the offensive boards.
Yeah, they had over 20. Purdue had over 20 offensive rebounds, which directly led to them losing the game. Like, at the end of the game, that's why Nebraska lost. And they didn't shoot free throws well, and they didn't shoot the three-point ball well.
The margin of error thing is, again, I don't know where. Yeah, Jim, I know they lost. It doesn't make the end doesn't justify the means. Just because they lost doesn't make what you said any more true.
So if you let me do a little math here, right? So if you are going
if you need 100, like,
let's say what percent game would you say Nebraska played last night? 50?
Yeah, they didn't play well at all.
50, 60%.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say they're at 60%. We'll go on the high end. And they went to overtime, had a free throw to win before overtime, and then had opportunities to get a rebound to secure a win in overtime. Are those two variables take you from 60 to 100? Or is that from like 60 to 65?
It's the fruit,
if Rink Mass,
it's the fruit on the bottom that gets the dirt on it.
It's like when you go out, you ever go apple picking?
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
Actually,
yeah.
I went to a conference at the Lead Center. I thought it was the most overrated thing ever, but I bought a couple of apples yesterday.
So in previous seasons, I've gone to the apple orchard, and if you don't go early in the season, all that's left is the crap on the ground. That's all the apples that are left. Don't pick those up, guys. They got worms in them. They're mushy. You don't want to eat those. Don't pick up the apples on the ground. That's the moral of the story here.
Yeah.
We're talking about Nebraska basketball. Leave those apples there.
The margin for error thing is like they almost found a way to win with like a D game. And
against the top 15 team in the country, by the way.
That team is supposed to be playing for an opportunity to go to the Final Four. I'm not making excuses for winning and losing. I'm telling you that
this isn't
Nebraska doesn't have to play. They almost won it. Did anybody watch Samford last night? He's their best player.
Yeah, he played terrible.
Didn't play very well.
Had a tough game. He had a real tough game.
Like,
what do we have this conversation last week? The two guys that we think can play in the NBA from this team both played poorly last night. And Nebraska still took a top 15 team to overtime.
Here's the thing about Price.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see the defensive effort?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah. Did not matter if he was making or missing shots.
Didn't matter one bit. Like, I don't know. I'm still mad about not the jump ball when they called the foul.
On Frager?
Behind.
Oh.
Frager got the jump ball.
Yes, you're right.
They called the foul on Samford.
Although they called the foul on, there was a quick one on Frager too later.
And I was like, is that just wishful thinking? I mean, maybe.
So they anticipated the call. Refs do that a lot, especially end the game, and it drives me crazy. Is they're trying to preserve as much clock as possible.
Yeah.
So as soon as they even think you're going to foul, they call it. It's like, hey, not everyone wants to foul there. Now I will say, and I don't know if Fred had this conversation or not. Part of that is on the coach to be like, hey, we're not trying to foul right away.
Yeah.
Like you have to let him know.
I agree. But I did think there was some really good stuff having the one timeout for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was incredible.
Yeah. I thought, and you brought up the 4-minute increments.
That's why I brought it up, because you could tell how he was coaching it.
You could tell he was coaching it, but I also think there is a little bit of a superpower there when it's like, hey, we don't get to breathe until we get this 4-minute stretch done. I think it helps like galvanize your focus a little bit because you
like lock in because there's no escape hatch.
There's no way out.
Yeah,
it's like, hey,
I hear you.
We are dunking you.
That's I hear you.
We're dunking you underwater. You have to be down there for 4 minutes or you're dying.
Yeah.
That's the deal. Sorry.
Yeah. Like
we are physically incapable of opening up this latch until 4 minutes is up. Good luck.
Yeah.
And so I actually think not only did it help them manage the game a little bit differently, I actually think it helped them lock in, because that's sort of when you really, because it was right after when Mass calls the timeout early in the second half, and you're kind of like, because we're having that in the text conversation, we're like, hey bud, probably need that one for later. Maybe we chill and lose the possession.
Yeah, I almost said something snarky, but it was Maddie, so I let it ride.
Yeah.
And I felt bad for him over the Rob Dillingham thing too. So I was like,
that was funny.
At least I know he's human.
Yeah.
Because I could bring up anything.
Yeah. And he'd be like, oh, well,
this dude's got like a thought.
The funniest part.
So I was like, oh, he's not a machine.
The funniest part.
And I was like, oh, but that's my friend.
The funniest part was, I thought, like, having a thought on Kenny Dillingham is the deeper cut, I feel like.
Yeah. I was talking about Rob. He's a bull. But, so it's like, and Painter, he was talking about, I don't know how much you heard with what the guys on their site said, but, Clough inexplicably was non-existent for about 6 minutes, 7 minutes. He's gassed.
Yeah.
Because he had to work so hard on the scramble, because, the hard heads, then he would try to go back.
Yep.
Then he'd try to front the post, and he'd have to come back out.
Yep.
Like, that exerts, like, if you're just watching schematically what they were trying to do on offense to beat the trap.
Yes.
Like, they have to move a ton.
So that's the funny thing that people don't think about a lot. Most of the time when you talk about wearing somebody out, you're like, oh, you got to run them around on defense and things like that. Nebraska actually wore Clough out because they were forcing him to run on offense, which is not like, that's not typically how you wear a big guy out, right? And so, yeah, you're right. He has to set the screen, then he has to dive to keep Mast honest and make sure Mast has to get back.
Yeah, because all those screening actions for those kickouts were like in the middle third. So like he has to work pretty hard.
Yeah, all those screens are happening well outside the 3-point arc. And then after Mast recovers, Mast is now fronting him, so he has
to attack glass too.
And then he has to work to try and get around Mast to post up, and then he has to work around to get back around Mast to try and box him out and get a rebound. Or sometimes he would just go through him and not worry about it.
Points in the paint diminished? Those entry passes would have been from really far away.
Yes. Yes.
Like you're trying to post entry from
like 20
feet.
Yeah, like it's
a hard pass. And now they did throw one over the head. Was it who got caught in the switch?
It was Frager against, I think, Kaufman-Renn.
And they threw it
over the top.
Yeah. He's still good defense, but I'm just saying like those post entry passes are hard.
Especially
it's not just.
Can I just tell you, people do not realize how hard it is to throw a pass over the top when you're dealing with sideline, basket, and defender.
Post entry is
in general very difficult. But people look at a front and they're like, "Oh, just throw it over him." Yeah. There's nobody back to throw it over him. And it's like you have a lot of constraining factors.
It's always funny too. The analogy I like to give to that is like those hole throws, because people play so much cover 2, like this 3D.
It's the exact same thing.
These
it's
3 deep, 2 shells, and it's like. Or, these 2 under, 3 deep. And it's like, wait a minute. He has to layer that throw.
Yeah.
So it has to go over his head, but in front of the other dude. Like,
yeah.
That's a tough throw. It looks easy from where we are.
Yes,
because
you're just like
looking down.
And you can see the hole better.
But the quarterback's vantage point is tough.
If you're looking straight at it.
The best example was the one where Collinsworth finally gave Drake May some love on.
Oh, where he threw it between like 4 guys? Yeah. Over the middle.
That's a ridiculously brutal throw.
Unreal throw, and he probably should not have thrown it, though. Like, that's one of those where you're like, hey, we're down by a lot. We got to do something here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't throw that ball.
And I actually, listen, sure, again, this is probably either the player or the coach in me. Like, I would feel I'm actually going to be encouraged if I'm Nebraska, because you laid an egg in the first 8 minutes for whatever the reason. And some of it was the way they were defending, but you also don't expect Purdue to make those shots, right? Because in that first 8 minutes,
not at that clip,
they gave up a couple of deep threes, but then you still let Braden Smith kind of get in the paint and hit the little pull-ups, like,
and then do the little dump offs to.
Very few defenses are designed to take away both.
Yeah.
So Purdue made some shots too.
That's part of it. Yeah, that's 100% part of it.
And like going dormant, I think offensively, a lot of it was Nebraska's coverage and how they were defending. But Purdue was making those shots early in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, at what point did you think Cox wasn't going to make one?
Until he missed.
Right.
Until he missed the one late that kept the
like,
door open for Nebraska.
You're like, no, is he just going to keep making these?
It seemed like it.
Deep.
I was more there was a certain point where
how many did he finish with? They only made.
I think he only made 3 or 4.
Seemed like,
but they were highly impactful ones, right?
They were big.
And honestly, at a certain point, when they kicked the ball out, I was hoping it was Lawyer more than I was hoping it was him.
Yeah, Lawyer's interesting.
Because I was just like, hey, I'll take my chances.
Lawyer is
I'll just take my chances with Lawyer.
You think, but you know he's capable.
I know, but like he's one of those guys that like I'll take my chances.
Dude, the 30-footer he shot with about 4 minutes to go and Nebraska's down 5, you're like,
huh, that's a choice.
What are you doing?
I'm sure Matt Painter was a big fan of that one.
I think you live with that with him though.
Yeah, you have to. It's
I
it's a little bit
that's
like
why I always talk about him.
It's a little bit like Sanford.
He's
like Sanford's going to take some where you're like, There was one last night where he's coming down on the fast break.
Oh, where it looked like he barely had it in his hands a millisecond.
Yeah, barely had his hands. He's like 28 feet out, and he's like, this thing's going up. Yeah. And you're like, that's sort of the cost of doing business with him. Like, if you want the good, you get a couple of those. Yeah. And sometimes he makes those. Like, I understand it, but I think their shot selection filter is very similar for Lawyer and for Sanford.
I just think that's just not a team. Like, they have to live. You want to talk about margin of error.
Purdue?
Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
They have to live in the 7 to 10 turnover area. They had some really, really poor turnovers.
Well, and here's
and I think what they end up with 14 or 15?
14.
That's a lot to take a game into overtime.
100%, especially when you look at this. So they're -3 on turnovers, -15 on offensive rebounds. That's 18 possessions you gave away. 18.
Yeah, but they have no margin for error.
They had 18, but this showed up beautifully actually. So Purdue shot 17 more field goals and 14 more free throws. Or no, sorry.
No.
Exact 14 more threes.
Yeah.
The exact same amount of free throws.
So did they get to 53s?
46. 46. Same amount of free throws. 17 more field goals. And Nebraska has that game in overtime and has a chance. They're leading 78 or 77-76 in overtime.
And for
under a minute left, 77-76 in overtime.
For as poor as the free throw shooting was, you make one late.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's masked.
Yep. But I mean Purdue had their free throw issues as well.
I had to let, Bella has her own.
Yeah.
The closet pooper has her own pooping schedule. So it's like,
of course,
kind of out. So you got the game on in my on the phone.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
have to walk around, and hey Shane, play the clip in the open on the putback from Mass. I never even knew there was an offensive rebound. I was like, how did Mass get the ball
after Hoiberg's?
Yeah.
I don't have it isolated. I'm sorry.
You don't have the open?
Well, I have the open, but I don't have it isolated.
Wasn't that the first part of the open?
Could have been. I don't remember.
God, you remind me of like, how come people just can't do what they're asked? It always has to be some. Never mind, it's fine.
No, I'll play it.
Hoiberg lets it roll, picks it up as it crosses the timeline. Need a 3 right now. Hoiberg, Mass shoots the 3. It's on the money.
Got it! Smack down the hole. Right down the avenue. It's a 2-point game. 68-66.
No, next part. It's the very next part. It's almost like you did.
Cox at the line has handed the ball.
Neither team has a timeout left.
Dribbles it 3, 4 times. Hoists it up there. No good. Rebound, Mass. Huskers with a 2 will tie the game. 20 seconds left to go. It's
Shane, it's the next play.
Just keep playing.
Damn it. I'll tell you when to stop.
Just let it.
Hoiberg changes speeds, drives it, no call. Where's the foul? Put up and in.
What? I was like, huh? Foul, no call.
How'd Mass get the ball?
I don't know. Just went and stood about 6 feet in front of my TV and
It's Hoiberg with the basketball. Hoiberg changes speeds, drives it, no call. Where's the foul? Put up.
There's the out.
I think he's where's the foul? He goes, where's the foul?
Oh.
I think he was asking for
He did get hacked.
Yeah.
Where's the foul?
No, he said theirs. Did he say theirs or where's?
One more time, Shane.
Where's the foul?
I think
He said theirs.
I think it's where's.
Dude, do you have gum in your ears again?
Always.
Where's the foul?
I think he's
saying, what did he say?
Where's the foul?
He's trying to say where's, but he like gets a little catch in his throat.
I need help.
Because there's the foul doesn't make any sense. Because he didn't get fouled.
Where's the foul?
And he's like, where's the foul?
Okay.
Where's the foul?
All right. We're going with where's the foul?
Well, you know, Kent loses.
I got the bubble gum.
Kent loses his voice a little bit. He might have a little gum in his throat. You never know. Like he actually swallows some gum. You kind of choke up on it a little bit.
Dude, are you a gum chewer? I never see you chew gum.
I do sometimes. I don't like. Obviously, I'm not doing it in here because that would be gross. But like, I'm not trying to do it while I'm on the air. But all
do you chew with your mouth? What is this, cud? You don't have to chew with your mouth open.
Yeah, I'm chewing a lot of cud.
Where's the foul?
No.
Like there's an option to chew gum with your mouth closed.
Here's the problem though, is we're talking, so the mouth's open a lot. So either I just have to like stick it somewhere.
Yeah, store it.
And nah, I'm good. Not trying to store that thing for later.
Shane, are you all right?
Where's the foul?
I hate your guts.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I think he's kind of.
So I think the great ones complain about a hair in a shit sandwich.
I think he got a little choked on it a little bit. Where's the foul?
You're definitely my hair, you little booty clapper. It's like, come on, man. Just
chicken sandwich.
What are you laughing at?
Where's the foul?
The chicken sandwich.
Chicken sandwich.
All right, knock it off, please. Please.
Yeah.
Does he say sandwich or sandwich?
He says hamburger. That's what he says.
He says sandwiches.
Freaking numbnuts.
Chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh shoot! What's next, man? We need. Got fortunate though with Illinois taking an L.
Yeah, no, that helped him. That helped him quite a bit. Can I ask? So I want to.
You can do whatever you like.
Let's talk about
everybody else talks reckless.
Let's talk about the rebounding here for a second.
Sure.
I know it's
sure.
It's exciting.
I got gum. The only gum I buy is that Focus Energy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's very expensive though to only get, I think, 9 pieces.
I usually
try 333.
Or is it 444?
Dude, 16 seems like a lot. Or
that'd be 12.
Yeah.
I bet
think
it's 12. Yeah. I don't, because 3 would be narrow. 3 would be like on a package.
Have you seen the box?
I haven't, but just
have you not seen the 25-cent Wrigley's? It's pretty narrow.
No, not in a while. Those are also strips though, not like.
Well, these
tablets.
Are like little.
Yeah, they're like little tablets.
How do you know if you've not? I just asked you, have you chewed it? And you're like, no.
Well, because you went 333, so I'm assuming it's
tablets?
Tablets as opposed to strips.
Pretty good deductive reasoning.
6. I used to be an investigator. People forget.
For an idiot. I mean, it's good deductive reasoning by yourself.
Where's the foul?
This morning, I'm just all into choosing violence. Now we got the 4-way tie with teams with 3 losses, and Michigan State's got to go to Madison.
Mm-hmm. That is, as we
that's
saw,
Friday night. That's a nice little, Big Ten's done a good job of giving us some nice little Friday.
They've given us some good Friday games, and I do
just keep it out of football, but
yeah, let's not do that.
Not
but
too late. That cat's already out of the
proverbial
bag.
Are they getting one?
They don't have to do another one until 27.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if they'll get it out of the way this year or not. I hope.
Gotcha.
I mean, I hope not.
Yeah, I think Carrie was talking about this yesterday with the backloaded schedule. I know teams probably don't like it, but it does make for good drama down the stretch.
Yeah, Michigan's like, just check the rearview mirror, and they're like, onward and upward now. They're done with the rearview.
We good?
They're just full steam ahead.
I'll say, what does Michigan have left? I haven't looked.
It's not daunting.
Really?
Yeah. Again, them and Iowa have the most wins in a row in the conference.
Last 3 are okay. I mean,
it's not daunting.
No, it's not more daunting than anybody else's. So they've got Purdue coming up in a week, and then Duke is non-con, so that doesn't matter. Illinois and Iowa and Michigan State to the last 3. So they have a chance to take a couple losses. I don't know if they will.
Only 2 of those are on the road, right?
3. Purdue, Illinois, and Iowa are on the road.
More daunting than I thought.
Yeah, they got some teams.
Although Iowa's a bad matchup for.
Yeah, I don't think
Iowa's. Michigan's a bad matchup.
I don't think Iowa's going to beat them. Michigan State's interesting though.
Oh man, Iowa's going to squeeze the heck out of those possessions.
So we love Ben McCollum team. Well coached.
Boy, that would be nice.
You want to know a team that doesn't have a ton of margin for error is Iowa.
No, I'm with you.
Like when you play the possession game like that.
Did you watch them hit the X button against Northwestern? Like that game was muddy.
Yeah.
It was one of the few basketball games on before the Super Bowl that was worth watching.
Which is not something that a lot of teams that play like that can do very often. I think
Sturts just scored again.
Yeah, it does help when you have Bennett Sturts. That is a variable in Ben McCollum's career that we're going to have to account for next year.
As I'm watching, that's unfortunate. Lawrence got credited with the turnover, which would have that made it his 4th of the game.
Yeah,
seemed high, but the ball that went out of bounds, that wasn't even on him.
Which one was that?
He was going to kind of throw a skip pass.
Oh yeah,
I thought it should have been caught.
Yeah, I agree,
but I'm not. But I honk for Lawrence. So
yeah, you big Jamarcus Lawrence guy. That's right.
I can't help it.
There's a lot of conspiracy theories about that water puddle. A lot of people
What's the conspiracy theory?
Well,
my household was livid, so.
Well, I totally understand being upset. Like, I think it is standard procedure after a timeout to wipe the floor where the teams were standing. But there's some conspiracies that that they spilled some water on purpose, or
they just knew that's where it was going to be.
Apparently.
Although Hoiberg did slip helping him up.
I think 2 guys did. Hoiberg and then I don't remember who else was over there. I think a couple guys slipped. So I
only saw Hoiberg.
But
I'll take your word.
There was a lot of water. I just saw
at that point. I did the walk off.
There was appeared to be a lot of water on the floor.
Well, who's supposed to get that?
I think the towel boys, the guys with the thing, they've got the
giant Swiffers.
Yeah, that's a good term for it. I was like, I don't know, it's not a mop, but
I don't know. I hesitate to use Swiffer because Swiffer can apply moisture to if you want it.
Yes, but like a dry Swiffer,
We have a lot of wood floors upstairs. I like my Swiffer.
They're very effective, much easier than mopping.
I agree with you, Bellevue Joey.
Oh, we're
splitting hairs. He said he should only been credited with 2 turnovers.
Yeah. Oh, it was Garcia. Adam says also slipped over there.
Okay.
So I did.
There was a Garcia sighting.
There was one.
Okay, knock it off. You're much like the Trevor Lawrence generational talent thing.
I understand what you meant by.
And I was very clear in my explanation.
I'm not killing.
You just hear Garcia and you just think, oh.
No, I'm not killing you for Garcia. It's just like he was rough last night. Like that's the guy you probably can't play.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Like in high level games, I don't think you can play him.
Oh boy. He said, all right, what we got here, KB? KB says, my buddy that's a former B-ball manager said that the managers are mop boys. Someone is getting fired for not. Wait, so on whose side? Nebraska's?
I believe it's always.
Purdue's?
I think it's always home team. I think.
Oh.
Where's the foul?
Shane?
Hey, you brought that drop up. I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm going to play that a crap load.
Yeah, you just defended yourself now? That's fine. It's just going to be one of those. Clearly, we've all chosen violence.
He says usually Garcia is decent defensively. Purdue exposed him. Offensively, he's brutal. I've seen Baby Giraffe shoot better.
Wait, pardon?
Huh?
I missed that.
Oh, the whole thing. Okay. He says Garcia is actually decent on defense. Usually Purdue exposed him. Offensively, he's brutal. I've seen Baby Giraffe shoot better.
Yeah. He wasn't afraid to let that thing go.
Zach says I'd be okay if Garcia never shot another 3 all year.
Dang, we got Zach?
Yeah, I think the shot selection on Garcia bothered me more than anything. Like, hey,
I'm with you.
You gotta kind of know your role here, bud.
I'm with you. There was so much in that game.
Yeah, there was. It felt like
I was praying when Painter did the challenge and lost the timeout. I was like, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you can't inbounds the ball.
Yeah.
I'm such a hater. Like, it's just like.
It was a terrible challenge. That's the fastest I've ever seen somebody review something. They were just like, yeah, it's off you still.
Dude, in Hoiberg's delivery, right away, he was like,
yes, like you could tell when Hoiberg challenged that he was like, hey, I did not touch that thing.
It's like, Dad,
trust me.
I still get my allowance.
If they can't see, if they don't have the camera angle, you still gonna pay for my lunch.
All right, so now we got to get busy with this schedule because I'm trying to lock into the 2 line.
Lock in.
I just don't want the 3.
I mean,
come on, man.
Let's.
I think 3's poopy for the second round matchup.
Yeah, it is. The 3-6 is tough.
Yeah, so
maybe it's a 3 or 4.
I mean, because that's a Kentucky. That's a.
Well, let's see who the 6s are right now.
I've just pulled that out of my bunda, but
well, you
I'll
leave.
let your boy.
Why don't you leave stuff in your bunda? Nobody wants that.
Dude, it's exit only. Chill.
What's that?
Arkansas.
What is wrong with you, man?
You said you're pulling stuff out of your bunda. I was like, I don't want that. You keep that there.
Nobody can do that.
Which, by the way,
yeah.
for an 8-pound dog,
yeah, a lot of poop.
Bella is incredible.
Yeah, a lot of poop.
Man.
Yeah. Some of those little dogs take big dumps.
I can still kind of see her rib cage a little bit. I gotta fatten her up.
Yeah. It takes a little time when they're young.
It's fine. She keeps me sane. Eats like a tank.
That's good, as long as she's eating good.
Go ahead.
All right, your current 6 seeds are Arkansas, BYU, Louisville, Clemson.
See, I'll take Clemson, but
your first number 7 seed is Kentucky, so they'll probably get bumped a line because they're Kentucky. So probably switch Clemson and Kentucky, and you got Arkansas, BYU, Louisville, Kentucky.
Yeah, MK, I agree with you. Where's the Garcia that played against Illinois and Champaign? Garcia might be one of those guys like Lawrence who plays his best ball in specific arenas. Lawrence is a big Bloomington guy.
Still pretty good last night.
No, he's good. I'm a big JL.
Yeah, fan. I think Garcia's.
Everybody calls Hoiberg the glue guy. No, Hoiberg's just good. Lawrence is the glue guy.
I would say Lawrence is also just good.
I mean, Hoiberg's stats though among where they rank.
Sure,
big 10 are sensational.
Especially when you go outside of points, he's really, really good. I mean,
he's top 5 in a lot of
statistical steals. Yeah, like he's really good.
All right, so how we got to finish this season out?
Well,
I need some hope.
You don't want to see St. Louis either, though, do you?
What's that?
You don't want to see St. Louis, do you?
They're not going to St. Louis.
No, the team St. Louis. SLU.
No, they're good.
So they're a top 7 too. So the 2s aren't that much better. You've got St. Louis, Iowa.
Well, I think anything from 3 on down is 7-11 snake eyes. It's going to be.
Yeah, it's a coin flip. Second round's a coin flip.
I mean, you try slotting teams 11 through 25 is tough.
I mean, if I don't think Nebraska can get to a 1 anymore, but the 8-9 is manageable. Like, I'm fine with Georgia. I'm fine with Central Florida, Auburn, Villanova, Utah State, A&M, Wisconsin. So Wisconsin's probably the scariest in that bunch.
Yeah, I kind of want to go back. It's not as hot takey now.
Yeah.
But remember 3 weeks ago, I asked you who you'd take between Wisconsin, Illinois, and Iowa? Has it changed?
I mean, Illinois is
not Illinois, UCLA.
Oh, I still take Iowa. I think Iowa's good. And I trust Bennett Sturts more than I trust anybody on Wisconsin. And I trust Ben McCollum a hell of a lot more than I trust Greg Gard.
Dude, who's picking on my boy Kobe?
No, Kobe, I think, has been choosing violence this morning.
Oh, sometimes he rolls out a rack, and it's basketball. Like, that's his baby.
Yeah, and he's mostly agreeing with us, so I'm just letting it roll.
What's the problem?
Him and Jim are going at it for a while, and then I think Captain or Game Dog or somebody chimed in. So,
are we getting the obvious hot takes of?
I don't know. Kobe
from Game Dog.
Kobe's been throwing it everywhere though. There's been a lot of ruckus in the chat today.
I feel like Kobe's defending the house, which I'm cool with.
Old Uncle Ruckus.
I think that's Uncle Rico.
Well, where's T-Mac when I need him?
So Nebraska
laying in the cut.
Nebraska's end of schedule here. Northwestern at home. That's got to be a win. I don't know what happened.
Dude, Watt is a fool.
Jimothy.
I need to be more consistent. Sometimes I'm a big petty guy. Sometimes I'm a big turn the other cheek guy.
Yeah, you know which one you're getting with me.
Oh, I know. Freaking Tom, Richard, Kyle Petty, all of it. Shane, did you like Kyle or Richard?
Well, Richard was the king.
There's lots of goats I would pick somebody else over. I mean, I'd take Roger Craig over Walter Payton. It's just a preference, not an ability thing.
That Kyle didn't. I mean, he was, he was in and out. He didn't race a lot. He did have that long flow. He did have the long hair though in the 80s. So,
did we make that bet?
No.
Oh, okay.
What was the bet?
On the same side. Oh, you had your headsets on, but I said to Ravi, because I'm sitting at 110 and I kind of know where I want to eat, and I wanted like 10 more bucks. So I said to Ravi, I think you were trying to navigate the phones, and I said, hey, let's bet on the next time I ask Shane a question that he just answers it. And Ravi's like, no, he won't. And I was like, that's what I think. So we would be on the same side of the bet.
Where's the foul?
Because it was right after you had asked something, and he went about 30 seconds before even addressing the question.
Is it a bit, Shane, or is that?
I got a lot going on over here. I got like 15 computers. I got this thing going down, this thing going up. I got a phone that doesn't work. I got a lot of crime on crime in the chat over there that I'm monitoring. I mean, it's yeah.
I mean, Shane, if the phone doesn't work, you really don't have to pay any attention to it at all.
Again, like, is this one of those auto parts that we ordered that's on back
Where's
order?
The foul?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. Like, what's going on?
Hey, I'm tripping. I'm slacking.
I'm not a phone repairman. I don't know.
I think the great ones.
If it was IT, I might have a better shot.
Shane, do you think you could find hair in a Dookie sandwich?
I think the great ones complain about a hair in a shit sandwich.
I'm not very great, so.
Does she know we're not terrestrial radio, or is she just letting it fly regardless and let the FCC hammer us?
I'm not sure. I was pleased that she was comfortable just letting it fly.
Because you have a potty mouth too.
No, because I felt like it meant she was comfortable with us, enjoying the conversation.
I would say if there's anybody that can just let it fly, she can do it.
I know.
She can do whatever she wants.
I want Balk Dog's red vest first, but that white puffy vest.
Oh, that was pretty nice.
Fire.
That was pretty nice.
I'm afraid to wear white.
Yeah.
I have two sweet white tops, and I'm just like, nah. Nah.
Dude, you got to let it roll.
Well, I wore it once I think we were at Minnesota.
Oh,
I wore white. And I got some on the sleeve. In the first 6 minutes of the broadcast, I was trying to wipe it off, and I knew I was driving Kyle crazy. I was like, it's all right, man. I'll get it off. You can just keep talking. I can do both at the same time.
Hey, when I was a little kid, like 7 years old, I had a Richard Petty race car.
So is that your favorite, or?
It wasn't my favorite. Mark Martin's my favorite.
Hey, I knew that. I would have won that if I was your game show partner on date night.
Yeah, Mark Martin was my guy. Big Valvoline guy.
Relax.
Big Pfizer guy.
Relax. I need you to grow up.
There's a really easy Pfizer joke there. Come on, man.
He drove the Pfizer car.
And now Pfizer drives your car. Congratulations.
Ravi.
Where's the foul?
It's only funny if you know pharmaceutical companies.
Shane, what number was he?
6. That's my number.
Mark Martin?
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
No, Petty.
What? Yeah.
The King, I don't know what number he was. I can't remember.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm shocked.
I wasn't really watching NASCAR in like 1982.
No, but you had the car. You just told us you had the car.
I had the car, yeah. It might not even have had a number on it. It might have just said Petty on it or something. That stuff was a little different back then. What?
Thank you, bro and Steve.
43. He's number 43.
I didn't know.
Oh, my man, JB. No, JB, are you a NASCAR guy? That'd be new.
I'm just saying, if I had a toy that I remembered from my youth.
We've been chopping it up for like 3 or 4, 5 years. Like, you're.
Who? JB?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
NASCAR's never come up.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Jack says, you guys ever take a job in Tennessee, better brush up on NASCAR. Big stuff here.
Wait, Eric says 42. Is that a typo?
That might be a typo. I think it's you know what it is. It's
No, Heath. I was talking about your Spurs in the break.
He's thinking about Black History Month, probably. Jackie Robinson, 42.
I mean, what do you want? Dale Earnhardt 3. You want Dale Earnhardt Jr. 8. You want Jeff Gordon 24.
I'm a big Jackie Robinson guy.
Just wrong.
He had diabetes later in life.
For so many reasons.
He represents both of us.
It's fine. It's totally fine.
No? I was trying to help.
Oh, no, you're not.
I love Jackie Robinson. I'm a big fan.
It's fine.
Big 42 guy.
All right.
Ravi.
Oh, boy.
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Dude, I almost sent you just a reel of Marshawn Lynch sayings. It's arguably the funniest thing you will have heard today.
Oh, Marshawn Lynch is crazy. Like a fox, though.
Have you heard he's talking to Richard Sherman about delivering turkeys in the hood for Christmas? You ever heard this? He's mic'd up.
Oh, yeah, I think I have.
Richard Sherman's like, what are you doing for Christmas? Marshawn Lynch said, Christmas? I said, man, I'm delivering turkeys in the hood, man. Want to help? And Richard Sherman was like, yeah. He's like, hey, man, appreciate you, bro. Dude, just wild. Like,
my favorite is when they know they're mic'd up, and so they start like giving the guy a hard time. Like there's one I saw, I think it was Jason Kelsey, goes over to one of his, he's like, hey, you're mic'd up today, right? And he's like, yeah, so don't say anything crazy. He's like, all right. It's like, I just want to let you know I got that rash cream for you. It's in my locker. You can just grab it whenever you need it.
Where's the foul?
Okay, Shane. Stop it. No, Hayes, man, like I was just saying, there's a lot of teams next year, if they're healthy, and I know this is NBA talk, but there's going to be some really good teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, okay.
Even B-Mac's Hornets. Do we have B-Mac to talk baseball tomorrow, Shane?
He's going to be on at 9:30 tomorrow.
So I wonder what time they're leaving.
Oh, they got to be getting there early.
So they're traveling in the morning, right?
Yes.
So he must be going straight to the hotel. That's what he does, though.
Go straight to the hotel?
Well, usually he goes to set up.
Yeah.
And then goes to the hotel.
Maybe he's maybe that's what the delay is. They got to be leaving early, though, then.
I mean, they're going to Scottsdale. How early can you be going? Oh, we get the time back. No, it doesn't matter. I mean, 9:30 for us is 9:30.
Yeah, but it'll be
7:30
there. So, but they could leave at 7:30 and basically get there at 7:30, right? That's how it works. I'm trying,
idiot.
Well, I get confused with time travel sometimes. It gets a little dicey.
Did I tell you about the show World Breaker that I watched?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you said it had a lot of good people in it. I was like, it sounds pretty bad.
The guy is pretty famous, and Mila, is it not Andy Janovich? Mila Jovovich?
World Breaker.
Yeah, that guy's popular. What's his name?
Is that the dude? That looks like the dude from Walking Dead.
I've never seen that series.
I haven't either, but I see him in the commercials. I think that's
Shane have you seen Walking Dead?
Maybe. Oh, nope. Never mind. He just looks like the guy from Walking Dead.
I'm trying to get Shane into Banshee.
Mila Jovovich.
Jovovich, not Lovich.
No, double V. Jovovich.
Double V's.
Yeah. So
That's made up.
Jovovich. Jovovich.
Oh, I thought you meant back to back.
No. Separated. Ov. Official visits.
You're stupid.
What? That's so rude.
I need spring ball so I can get hoops off the brain.
No, there's going to be a lot of good teams in the NBA next year.
I know, and LaFraud will be gone, so I'll be.
I don't think either one of them.
Watching the Lakers again.
I don't think either one. Well, you still don't like Luka.
It's all right. He barely plays.
Just like Darren Peterson.
Wow.
Hasn't been a problem for either at all.
One more time.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Can Kansas win a national championship?
Can Darren Peterson play 6 games in a row?
You're basing it on Peterson?
Yes.
Well, at this rate, he could play every 2 and they'll be fine.
I don't know, because they're the same. They're just as good, it seems, without him. And there's a part of me that wonders if maybe they're over it too. Like if they're over the whole, is he going to play? Is he not going to play?
I think
because that's not easy to deal with as a team. Whether it's legitimate.
Nebraska wrestles with A.J. Ferrari. It's doable.
I understand.
It can be done.
Big difference between wrestling and basketball, though, is A.J. Ferrari matters to the team total, but his event is isolated.
Oh, no, that's a deep spin.
I mean, it's not wrong, though, is it?
It's just staying ready because you never know is the general premise.
Sure, but I just mean like the actual on-court chemistry for a team. Like that changes whether or not Darren Peterson's in the lineup.
I understand.
I get what you mean for the guy.
You don't have to play with
around
an isolated.
Yes, you don't have to play around what. Yeah. So like that's.
Well, hey, B Jizzle, why is
like if you told me,
why is LeBron slander crazy?
I've
always slandered.
If you told me today that he's not playing for the rest of the year, I would actually give Kansas a better chance to win the national title.
That is delusional.
Not because I'm a hater, because they would know what they're dealing with.
No. I think they've proven that they don't need to be in the know.
I think
just ask ESPN staffers.
I think March is a little different.
Which, by the way,
helps to know what
you're putting out that fire in Lawrence. Wonder what that place is like.
Yeah, I think they're having a really
I should have asked BP. He might have been out already.
There might have been some good heart-to-hearts on.
He had a solid basketball take.
What did he say?
Oh, he's just talking about defensive coverage and having it being. Oh, he's in. I thought he left. I think he does a good job managing DP. And yeah, me too.
All right.
I mean, I know you think I think what he says is the gospel.
No, that's fine.
I just like the fact that it's fairly thought-provoking.
So far, they have done a good job doing that. I think if you're trying to win a national championship, you're better off either knowing, and I know nobody knows, like, oh, injuries can happen anytime, but I think you're better off knowing, hey, this guy's in and he's going to play, or he's not and he's not going to play, and I know how to move forward. Because, especially at this point in the season, if you have other guys and you aren't worried about, is he going to play, is he not going to play, you can kind of help start to prepare those guys. Hey, you know you're going to have a bigger role. We know we're going to need this out of you. Get ready for March, and you've got some leeway here still. Like, I would be happier if I'm a Kansas fan to just know one way or the other. I'm not saying they're better with shutting him down. I'm saying they're better with knowing either way.
You think it would be better or easier to play under those circumstances or to play with a guy like Solo Ball and you never know if he's going to make shots or not? Because they're the same thing.
I agree. I 100% agree. That is
so it's just part of it.
It is part of it. I think UConn's done a really good job of putting people around him where they rely less on Solo Ball than they did last year, for instance.
I'm going to need you to major in the majors. I'm talking big picture. Get off the minors.
You know I like details.
Alicia Keys, songs in A minor. Grow up.
What?
You're doing a good job. Good job.
Big
Alicia Keys fan.
Kansas can win a national title.
Oh, that's weird. It's the end of the hour. I have no idea what time it is because we don't have a goddamn clock.
I told you stuff was broken.
Why are we yelling?
There's a foul.
I did send you a text 5 minutes ago saying there was 5 minutes.
I need to use my phone more during the show. I'm unaware.
All right, we're going to talk to Brian Christopherson coming up next. Husker 24/7. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
They're much better. This is the best DePaul team we've played in quite some time. So, they've only lost at home in conference play to UConn and St. John's, kind of like everybody else has. But they're physical. They've got some guys that are back from last year, and CJ Gunn can score in a lot of ways. Yeah, they're so physical at the point of the screen. We have to get out in transition and try to hit them before the defense gets set. But they're very sound on the defensive end of the floor. They're very physical. We have to play through that physicality.
I think just.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Go to your screen and release. Here's Hoiberg on the drive against the Warrior. No, tipped around. Moos has it.
This is an incredible turnaround.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Brian Christopherson, Husker 24/7. BC, what's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
You're just making my day, man. I love when you're actually on, so I can see the funny, non-funny expressions. It's always enhances the smooth delivery. So I appreciate it.
Oh.
Wait, did you get a fancy new microphone?
No, I have it elevated on a pack of an old Curb Your Enthusiasm set of CDs, and I used it as a thing to elevate my microphone. Yeah.
Okay.
That was
That's something Shane would say.
That was a very meta, like Larry David moment there.
I just want to
I was channeling my Larry David looking at the cover.
I want to just back up a little bit. You meant CDs and not DVDs?
Whatever, you know.
No, it could be like a soundtrack. Like I didn't know.
Yeah, that's what made it funny.
Yeah. I didn't
Oh,
know.
okay. Yeah, no. This is the actual DVDs where we can watch the
Like the
show.
box set?
My wife, my wife ordered it because she said it's way cheaper than if we, pay for it off the TV, and so we got it in the mail the other day, and I'm now using it as a mic stand.
Begs another question. You have a DVD player?
Well, it's an Xbox. I mean, it's like
okay.
yeah. We don't regularly do that. I don't want to seem like I'm just stuck in 2006. I don't still have a CD case or like a CD visor like in my car or anything like that. I don't want to seem like I haven't moved on a little bit. I threw out all my music CDs though. I want to get credit for that because I held on to them until about 5 years ago.
Oh, I still have mine.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I still have.
Do you think they're gonna make like a way to play it, or
no,
just for nostalgic sake?
I think part of it's nostalgia. I have
a vinyl 45. It's purple. It's print. It's purple. Right?
I have all my DVDs too. I do have a DVD player though. I don't know. I'm just worried like one day the internet's all gonna go away and I'm gonna need something to do.
Yeah,
just worried about.
What would be like your 5 or 6 that you would put on your visor, Ravi?
Ooh,
like you had to make that big choice back in the day. Like you had to say, this is how I'm representing right now with my musical taste.
I'm going to be honest. I was a big burn CD guy. I didn't like albums that much. Like I would get sick of listening to the same artist. So
That's a good question.
It's a really good
because if it's on CDs, BC, that means you have to go with people that would have had music on CDs. Like I don't get the luxury of like Kendrick Lamar, right?
No, I don't think so.
Right. Yeah. But for example,
that's interesting.
That's a good. I know some of the ones I had. You guys can make fun of me. I was a big Coldplay fan.
Oh God, Lisa.
So I definitely had some Coldplay ones in there.
Ravi.
I don't remember which album it was, but I was a big Nelly fan in high school.
Prince.
Oh yeah.
Prince is definitely making the cut. Mary J. Blige is making the cut.
There was I think it's College Dropout. One of the early Kanye albums was definitely on there. That was a good one.
Weezer Blue Album.
Oh, that's a great.
Sublime Self-Titled. I just played out of my mind. And the Chronic. They're 2001 with Dre.
Oh yeah,
Dre.
Yeah,
That may make it. I need some of my calming music though.
I had I'm trying to remember which Jay-Z album I had in the visor.
John Carter?
Yeah.
Which volume?
4, I think.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the right year.
I'm gonna pass
for 4.
Jay-Z.
And then you reminded me with Sublime for some reason. I had Third Eye Blind, one of the Third Eye Blind albums.
How It's Gonna Be.
Yeah, that one.
Hey, Shane's favorite lead singer from Three Doors Down passed away on February 7th.
Saw that.
Meant to tell you that, Shane. Are you going to be okay?
I like Third Eye Blind, by the way.
Listen,
Motorcycle Drive-By was a good song on there that never got played.
Yeah, that's a deep cut. I'm going to keep a buck here. Definitely had some Creed out there, too. So I'm just going to.
Well, I just
heard. Human Clay is a great CD. I don't know what to tell you.
Is that the one with the hand coming out of the ground?
Yep. Yeah.
I know what that looks like.
Weathered is good, too. Doesn't get much run, but Weathered's a good CD.
I got to have a non-minority because I listened to everybody when I was a kid, but who would that be if I had to keep one?
You have some Sinatra? I had some Sinatra to show the ladies in college that I had a classy side to me. You'd stick that on a little bit.
I've never been in on this dude.
The best part is I
Ann,
know you're being 100% honest as though that's the
true.
reason you had it.
And when we go back to my place for the not yet Netflix and chill, I want you to see my classical movie, my classic selection. I don't know why I picked Ann. I'm sorry. Ann and Brian just seem to go together. I don't know. Better than like. Oh, he's a North guy.
I was thinking talking about North. Could be anybody.
Could be like Larita, Sharita.
I'm not going to say anything.
That's good. All right, BC. See, that's what we like. It's versatile. I want to start with hoops.
Okay.
I chose a little bit of early violence. I was probably immature. I was very upset at this whole narrative of like overachievers and did Nebraska turn into a pumpkin and no margin for error. Like I have convinced myself we're just not used to watching what we're seeing because I don't think any of those things are true.
They showed they actually have a pretty wide margin for error last night.
Thank you.
Thank you. I mean,
I would say they brought their C game.
At best.
Yeah, that might be a friendly grade. The 14 turnovers, there were uncharacteristic, unforced turnovers there. Obviously, the 21-6 on the offensive glass. That surprised me a little bit because I knew Purdue would obviously have the edge there, but I thought Nebraska would be more in the neighborhood. So that was disappointing. But, I mean, first half, Nebraska made 8 shots, 8-25 from the field. Obviously, the first 3.5 minutes were, shoot that to the sun. You're down 14-1. You have to call timeout before the media. I mean, all this stuff, like, added up. It's like, yeah, it was not near their best performance. And yet, they're a resilient bunch. I think that trust each other, that they're going to figure it out. It's just like Fred said, though. You got to play 40 minutes in this league or get close to 40. And that was like they played like, I don't know, 18 good minutes in that game, it felt like. And then there was some stuff that wasn't terrible in the other 22, but yeah, they were just discombobulated, I felt like, on offense in the first half. And I'll be honest, with like 14, 15 minutes left, I was writing a game story. And it was actually a case where I thought this is just going to be a lopsided one of those nights where you lose by 12, 15 points, something like that. And I mean, it is a credit to them that they showed that even on a night you don't have your fastball at its best speed, that, if Rink Mass hits a free throw or you can get one more defensive board, you walk out of there with a win over a top 15 team. So I suppose you look at it both ways. If you're Fred Hoiberg, you're disappointed, and there's going to be a lot of film that you're going to look at and kind of shake your head at today. And then there's also the part of like, these last 2 weeks have been tough games against teams that all have Final Four capabilities, and you showed you're right on the doorstep of that yourself.
So what's interesting about kind of this whole deal is, do you feel like you know more or less about the top 5 teams in the Big Ten? Because I feel like now I know less, but we're making these definitive judgments about Nebraska, which seems counterintuitive.
Yeah, I do feel like we know a little less. I mean, Michigan State, goes and loses to Minnesota, then gets their act together, beats Illinois. Illinois, who everyone is like, okay, and including me, like they might be the best team in the country, like a week ago. They've obviously haven't had it go their way since. And so, yeah, it's like Michigan's probably the one team who's breathing a little easier right now. Not that they were fretting it, but they've got the clear path now to the league. But it is going to be interesting.
Their schedule is, as Ravi brought to my attention, I thought 2 of the last 4 were at home, and I'm not including Duke, but they still have Illinois, Michigan State, and Purdue. Iowa,
yeah.
Michigan State, and Purdue.
Illinois, Iowa, and Purdue, but Michigan State's the only one at home.
Gotcha.
They could get tripped up a couple times, but even if they lost like 2, let's say they end up 17-3, everybody else would have to be they would have to be perfect, right, to catch them. And so I think it could be tough to get them. We'll see though. But it'll be interesting in that battle, sort of, to like not play till Friday in the triple bye situation with the Big Ten tournament, because you got to get in the top 4 to do that. And you got a log jam there.
Who can actually win out is Illinois.
Oh, I know.
So
talking about their schedule?
They go Indiana, USC, UCLA, Michigan at home, but then Oregon, Maryland. Outside of Michigan, like those are all games they should definitely win.
Yeah.
So like that's, if you're talking about a team winning out and Michigan dropping a couple, Illinois, their schedule shapes up pretty favorably.
Yeah, I'm still floored that Buzz has struggled the way he has at Maryland, but I guess that's neither here nor there. BC, what if you had to pick today? Because this is what I've been doing the last couple of weeks with Nebraska and their seeding, based on whether we need to get some Airbnbs or travel. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink for the show. We do trade. What's the lowest seed line you're comfortable saying Nebraska would be at? Is it a 3?
I mean, that's probably where I think they're gonna about end up, is a 2 or 3. I think like
there's a big difference.
I think 3. If you said what's your guess right now, what I think they'd be, I would say 3. That's what I would predict they'll end up. Because I do think, they could play really good basketball, still go like 5-2 down the stretch. You could lose one of them to Iowa. You could lose one on the West Coast. Maybe that puts you at like a high 3 seed. I don't know. The 2 seed, I would hope you'd almost be in consideration for a 2 if you did that. If the lowest they could fall, if it's sort of if they have sort of a rough stretch where you lose one you don't suspect, I think it's still like a 4. Like I think that could be in play. Like if they teetered a bit here, but I don't expect that necessarily.
25-6 would be record setting for Nebraska basketball. 26-5 is kind of where you're not safely, but maybe predicting.
That's where I would predict it. I predict
26-5.
Lose one on the West Coast, lose one to Iowa. I think they split those and then win the rest.
That should be a 2 seed, right? If you do that.
It depends on what's around them. Like, so the 2-3 lines are super tightly packed.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So like Houston's probably not going anywhere except up. Like they're probably not dropping below a 2. Fair?
Yeah.
Iowa State, they'd have to drop a couple to drop below a 2. Same thing with Illinois. Then you would get into, can Kansas, Purdue, Michigan State, or Florida jump up? And that's going to be trickier. But if Nebraska drops to
Purdue and Michigan State have some heavy lifting to go.
Yeah, what's Kansas' schedule on the way out? That's going to be interesting to see.
Well, they've got a gauntlet.
Do they?
Yeah, if I remember right, because I know Arizona's schedule is super ridiculous.
So they've got Iowa State on the road, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, Houston home, Arizona on the road, Arizona State away, Kansas State home.
It's
Houston, Arizona back to back.
Houston, Arizona, and Iowa State still left.
Yeah. So I would guess BC, based on what other teams around them schedule, I would guess that a 5-2 on the way out should keep them in the 2 seed. I would guess.
Yeah. Well, then I think they're going to go 5-2. So I guess if that were the case, I would say they still get a 2. That said, it's probably the Minnesota Viking follower in me. I'm always on guard. It's not because of this Husker team. It's because of how I've lived my life that I'm always on guard that the worst thing can happen. But like, I just want to see this team, especially Saturday, sort of, take whatever lessons they got from last night. Obviously, you're playing a lesser team in Northwestern, but go handle your business in a big way in that game. I want to see them go out there and put it together for nearly a full 40 at least. And then, make sure you don't scrape your nose against one of those Penn State or Maryland games that everyone's going to take for granted. And they should obviously handle those, but I'm just saying it's the Big Ten. You got to respect every team that is put in front of you. So that's what I want to see out of this squad down the stretch, is like handle those games with some authority, and then play a little bit more polished than we saw last night in some of those bigger games, especially if they could do it Tuesday at Iowa. That would be obviously a sweet game for Price Sanford to go get in Iowa City if they could do that.
Yeah, Iowa has such little margin for error defensively. So I always have that in the back of my mind if Nebraska gets kind of on a heater, because
they're going to have a hard time catching up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's so far down the road, I'm guessing, because right now, let's just do a little thing here. If Nebraska is going to go 5-2, or whatever you think they're going to do to finish the stretch, BC, what do you think needs to happen on an end of give me a couple of players that you'd like to see something or continue to do something that gives them the best chance to finish the way you're predicting?
You probably start with Frager, who just has so much upside. And I think, when he came back from that tough ankle injury, even earlier than was suspected, remember that was supposed to be like a 2 to 4 week thing. He shot the lights out in that Illinois game where he ends up with 20 points. And it might have masked the fact that he was still sort of coming in to his own again from that injury, as far as like driving the ball and stuff like that. And I just feel like maybe in the last couple of games, he's just been a notch below probably what he would say his potential or capabilities are. Now, that said, like last night, when he's on the floor, he presents a different dynamic, because you might have caught the line from Painter where he said they were just tougher when Frager was on the court. He had a quote in there about that, like the way the lineups worked. And he plus some of the plus minus stat sometimes,
I know. It gives me a baseline, but then I have to kind of go back and
you got to be careful with it. He was plus 13 last night, and like Burke was minus 22. And again, some of that's just how it goes. But like Painter specifically pointed out, like he makes it tougher that when you have to recognize him on the court. But I think he can get back to his pre-injury self in a way we haven't quite yet seen the last few games. So he would be one guy that I would point to.
Real quick on,
are we saying X Factor?
Yeah.
Is that yours? Is he one of yours?
Well, real quick on Frager here, BC. Do you think the fact that he did make shots coming right back against Illinois maybe has masked the fact that, like, I thought he struggled defensively yesterday. Do you think the ankle
shot selection?
You think maybe the ankle is limiting him a little bit, maybe more defensively, but because he made shots, we're like, oh, he's healthy, but like maybe the lateral movement isn't quite there yet?
Yeah, I don't know. It could be. I don't want to say that he's not all the way back, because I haven't heard that, but I just wondered if that's a mental thing a little bit too. When you get an injury like that, you come down awkwardly. It's probably in the back of your head a little bit, but it could be on the defensive end. I just think he would say this probably first and foremost. There's another level to his game that he can go, and we've seen it. We saw it just before that injury, and so he would be definitely, when you ask that question, he's the first guy I think of. I don't know, who's your second guy, like, or maybe you have a different one. Who are you putting on that list, Damon?
So I don't mind the Frager thing, but I'm starting with Jamarcus Lawrence.
Okay.
And I'm going to take Cale Jacobson, because Cale is so good defensively. I think he has a little bit of a clutch gene He helps you in your rotations. So I would probably take Lawrence and Cale Jacobson. I get the Frager upside. I just think defensively he's trending. So I don't know if I'm going to get anything much different than what I've seen all year. And I think if Nebraska wants to be who they're going to be in the postseason, it starts with how they're defending.
Lawrence is a good pick,
in my opinion.
Lawrence is a good pick because
I just think quietly he's really good.
Yeah, and when his pace game is right, when he's like, it's the way he can switch his paces and the way when he's seeing the floor, playing with that rhythm. This offense is just completely different, and he's had some games like that where he's just been dynamite. And I would say in those situations, Nebraska is pretty dang tough to beat. Like whoever's on their schedule, if Lawrence is on in that way, I like Nebraska's chances against the rest of the teams if he plays that type of game. So he's definitely a good pull to this particular question, I think.
And I'm a nerd, right, BC? So I like sideline stuff. I watch, and Jacobson's a guy that Coach Hoiberg goes to, whether he's in the game or he's getting ready to come in or he needs him to come in. He's kind of a guy that quiets the storm, right?
Yes,
so those coaches have those guys that like they go to on them. It's like, hey, Cale, like I could just hear them saying that. For me, he's a guy that kind of steadies the boat in choppy waters. He's always doing the right thing. He makes, I don't know, man. This is anecdotally, but for minutes on the floor and what they count as like winning plays and great, he makes a ton of winning plays. Like I
actually really like watching him play basketball.
Dude, he's good.
Like I really like watching him play.
And you know what he does too, BC? He's like that really good eraser rover and like that no middle stuff that they like to do. He helps them a lot scramble along the baseline.
He covers some things up.
Yeah.
Like gets a ton of deflections. The two guys who from each side who hit the shots yesterday that sort of like Cale was the guy for Nebraska. If you think about they're kind of scuffling along. In the first half, he hits a big three. And then in the second half,
there was no question that was going in when he shot it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that's a dude that has won a lot of basketball.
Especially for a guy that isn't a great shooter.
Yeah. I mean, he shot that thing like, I
Ton
remember
of
a couple weeks ago, I was like, see, that's the guy. Remember when he did the little dribble underneath the rim?
Yeah, the Steve Nash thing.
And he stepped back, and I was like, see, that's what I want to see. Because if that guy plays with offensive confidence, he changes the way Nebraska can play, in my opinion, in the half court.
I thought he hits they were down like 19, and he hit that shot that sort of started that like 18-2 run in the corner.
And it wasn't even all of a sudden. It was piece by piece by it was like a slow bleed to get back into that one.
And then on the other end, I was surprised. CJ Cox only ended up 3 of 10 from 3, but it was just like whenever he hit one, it was in that stretch where Nebraska got it to 4.
Yep.
And he hit a corner 3, and it wasn't pure net. It was like it kind of, I don't know, it didn't rattle in, but it didn't look good to me when it left his hand and he got it. And I felt like that was like almost a shot of the game in a way.
He hit 2 in that stretch when they got it back to 13. 2 of his 3 were in that stretch.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it felt like he made 10.
Yeah, because if he misses that when it was a 4-point game, the way that place was in that moment, that it was, I mean, the top was about to blow off. If Nebraska gets that stop there, I think maybe they avoid that little stretch where, the game gets back up to double digits and then it's kind of in freak show mode the last 2 minutes. But so he was a killer on the other side.
Can I throw maybe a wild card out here in terms of X factors? I think there was a stretch earlier this year where defensively Berke was playing a lot better than he is right now.
Oh man, he's
and when he was playing that level of defense, they were so good
defensively. Because I thought quietly he kind of was the one that got the party started last night for the comeback. And it wasn't anything he was doing offensively.
Yeah, like when he is
the little putback underneath the rim
was a big one.
Was nice.
Yeah,
and he got fouled and he missed the free throw, but his juice,
yes, and
I felt like kind of helped get that party started.
It seems like that has been a little less consistent recently in the last handful of games than it was earlier in the year. If you can get that consistent Berkey energy on defense, I do think that's something way more portable than, or kind of in their control than, hey, kind of need Jamarcus to make some shots here, or you know what I mean? Like,
it's not like you can tell hey, don't shoot. He just has to know.
He has to know when more
or why he's open.
More so than what's a good shot, when's a good shot. Because he's gonna be open in the same spots most of the time.
And he's crafty in the post.
He has to know when it's okay to take that random 2-3s a game. And when the rest of the time he's like, hey, I need to do some cutting. I need to post up a little bit. Because he did that spin baseline on one. Like he's got some
good and Nebraska needs to find another way to get easier points.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Because they don't get to the line enough consistently. So I don't mind that.
I actually think Berkey is a little craftier in a true post up than Rink is.
No, I'll take that because
Rink isn't great in like a true post move.
No, I
He's
agree.
better as a face up a little bit further out.
I'll rock with that.
So like I think Berkey can get those looks while Rink is on the floor, maybe extended up the free throw line, the paint line a little bit.
So in summation, this team does have margin for error because we're talking about
4 different guys that could be
4 different guys who can take their game up, and you've had some injury. We knew if you looked at this schedule back in September, October, you're like, okay, that's going to be an interesting stretch. With Illinois, Purdue, Michigan, and it's over. You look at those games, you didn't always play your best. You were down a guy or two in a couple of those games, and you lost by 3 at, the number 1 team in the country. You lost by 3 in overtime in a game where, if I'm generous, they played their C game. And then Illinois was probably the one game where I felt like Nebraska didn't have as good a grip on it as the other 2, but nonetheless, it was, that they were ahead at halftime in that. So, this team is a very good team. They know that. And I think the nice part about it is they're experienced enough that I don't think they're going to get caught up in, not that this conversation is happening everywhere, but this idea like, oh, what's going on? It's falling off the edge now. I don't think this is a group that is going to ride those waves.
BC, let me change gears on you because you're very versatile, and I'm not going to ask you about whether you thought Sam Darnold was worth $30 million. That would not be. But not hindsight. Would you pay?
But did you?
Would you pay the $30 million?
Yeah, I would have brought him back. I was happy for Sam to win the Super Bowl. I also think you can think that and be like, he had an awesome defense. That was the main thrust of that push. So I'm not as up in arms about what the Vikings did there. They were in kind of a pickle in what they were going to do, and of course it didn't work out the right way. That's the way it usually goes for them.
So let me ask you something about college football here in Nebraska in particular. Spring ball, I mean, literally right around the corner. I'm going to ask you, I do it every spring. You only get one position group to watch during an open period. Coach Rule says, hey, everybody's got an hour. They're all in different rooms, right? They're all separated by these walls you cannot see through. Where are you spending that hour?
I think I'd want to watch the defensive line. That's a tough question, though. Man, it's like I know I'm not going to cheat. I could have like a 4-way tie, but I still think I would watch the defensive line just because I'm curious about the new coaches. That's the biggest reason for my answer, Damon. It's like I'd like to see Corey Brown and like Roy Manning and sort of how they operate, sort of how that meshes with the guys who are coming back who have been around this program a while. We know all their names with like a Jasir Whittington, who I'm really interested in, like Anthony Jones. It's an edge guy. I just think, and I'm counting the edges in this. So I would say D-line, but boy, it's close. Like you could if you ask me tomorrow, I might say like
who's number 2?
Line. Probably the offensive line. I just think like even you watch, if you want to go back to the last 2 Super Bowls and the teams who won it, the reason I say D-lines, I think we see this in football. It's not like we haven't always known this, but like when you can get that D-line right, and you are a wrecking ball there, it changes everything, changes the whole dynamic on your team. And so that's why I'd start with them, but then O-line would be very close to it as to who I'd want to watch because of 3 new guys. And I've said on here, I'm not saying they're automatically the starters. I want to see that competition play out. There's some good, guys in their 3rd, 4th year in this program who want to make their move this spring. And so that's why that would be a pretty interesting group to watch. But you would want to see like Brendan Black and Tree and, I'm blanking on the 3rd guy, Mubanga. Who I had number 3. I had number 3 on I did like a Super 7 list because I wanted to cheat on like my portal guys, and I had Paul Mubanga number 3, and I had Tree on there too because you got those guys for 2 years. Ideally,
I like to say Babalade. That's what I think. Babalade. Hey, you know what, BC? You want a hot take?
Yeah.
Give you a hot take.
I want it.
O-line would probably be close to last. The only group I would put behind O-line that I wanted to see would be wide receivers. I would
very little turnover in the wide receiver room.
They're last.
Yeah.
They're going to be they're last. But I have a ton of confidence in the O-line. So I'm not interested in I wouldn't start there. I would go, since you asked me, I would go D-line, linebackers, secondary, running backs, quarterback. If you fought me, if you're like, DV, and I'd be like, okay, I'll move quarterback.
I was like, quarterbacks is definitely the one I'd have higher. I want to see what it looks like. I want to see what a more mobile quarterback with time in Dana's offense.
Let me ask you, BC, second linebackers or quarterback play? 1 day, 1 hour.
I would take quarterbacks just because I have a simple mind and I'm drawn to the shiny object. But I understand the linebacker thing because I thought that was their best portal work of any position with Chambliss. Dexter Foster's really interesting, and Hawthorne. I was a big Hawthorne guy when he was a recruit. And so the fact that it's a discussion though tells you that it's a position that, like I've said it, guys have said it. I thought linebackers, flew under the radar last year as far as taking some of the tough critiques that all sort of landed on the defensive line, and that second level's got to be better. And they knew that. They obviously put a lot of attention to it with who they brought in. And number 1 on my portal additions list was Chambliss. So you don't have to talk me into having a high level of interest in what that group looks like, and also what like a guy like Vincent Shavers does with that competition around him, or like a Pierce Mooberry or whomever from that younger crew. That's going to be a spirited battle, I think, not only to see who's on the top line, but who makes the second line. They definitely, at least on paper, upgraded their depth in a major way there.
If you're talking about Rob Orich and his, like, if he's really living with simple, fast, violent, like, you're going to like Pierce Mooberry. Like,
yeah, Mooberry is a guy that people should not sleep on at all. They loved all of his tools, and
he's rangy too, man.
He's got great length. He's probably been under talked as far as like a potential young guy, but that's good. That I think it's always good when a guy's actually under talked and he hasn't played yet or anything like that. So that's to his advantage. Just go to work. But he wouldn't be a surprise to me if you heard his name pop up like in a press conference, like by fall camp or something.
That's our guy, Brian Christopherson, Husker 24/7 BC. Appreciate you as always. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, B.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Got more Hurrdat Sports Live coming up next.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. It's pretty emotional. One of my former college teammates, walking out there in the starting lineup, and I know the battle and fight that she has fought to get to where she is now. And every player in our program has been touched by cancer, and we have a lot of people that are very, very close to us within our program that are battling right now, and so it's pretty emotional, and it's something that we feel really honored to be able to be a part of and to participate in. Play for K, to find ways to raise awareness and to continue to fight that battle.
I'm really just looking forward to seeing them for the first time. Obviously, they've had a pretty good season so far. They've played really close games with UConn, St. John's, and so I just feel like they've improved like a ton since their previous years. So it's going to be really fun to be able to go into that environment and just be able to play against a great team and see how we compare to them. Yeah, so I mean, I just try to forget about what happened last season and last year. I mean, obviously it's a completely new year. Like, they have a lot of different players that do a lot of different things, and I mean, like, they're the same team, all together, but they have different players, different way of playing, and they're so much more connected on the court, I feel like. And I don't know, you just can't really think about the past when going into a game like this.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Andy Kendeigh from KETV. Hey, K, what's going on, man?
What's up, boys?
Have you recovered?
Oh, I'm recovered. Let's go. This is big time. Big week this week. Big day last night. Big day today. Lots going on, my friends. We're gearing up towards that magical March that we have in front of us.
For all the definitive comments and judgments we had on Nebraska's basketball team last night, I feel like I know less about the top 5 of the Big Ten. Can those two things coexist, or should we not have definitive sweeping judgments on Nebraska basketball?
Well, thinking of sweeping, do we know who was in charge of sweeping up the mess at Purdue's timeout space? I mean, do we have that? And the fact that it happens at home, that really kind of burns you, because that's really home court responsibility, is it not?
Unless you believe the conspiracy that after it was wiped up, somebody maybe accidentally spilled some water over there. I'm just saying that's
awesome.
What's going around?
Isn't that great? I like that. I like going around the spilled water cooler. That's awesome. That I hadn't heard that one. I'd heard that maybe somebody had thrown a beer or something down that way, but I didn't. That was after, though, right? But yeah, it's just unfortunate the way that ended. You battle all the way back, and that would have been a comeback for the ages had they pulled that one off. And it's a simple free throw here, a rebound here, and in one way you can be frustrated, and another way you can look at the glass half full and say, "My goodness, you played that poorly for 22 minutes of regulation and still had a chance to knock off Purdue, one of the better teams at home. If you can figure it out and play 40 minutes of that style of basketball, you're going to be okay." But they do have to string together a longer period of stretches of playing good basketball, because obviously last night's not going to get it done. Giving up, 21 offensive rebounds and turning the ball over 14 times. That's not going to get it done.
So do you know why? You know my personality, so you're going to be like, golly, man, you can be such a Richard. But do you know why I'm not in?
Richard, that's good. I haven't heard that one in a while. I can be such a Richard. Okay, yeah.
So the reason that like the Watergate, Slipgate, Benchgate, whatever thing, it doesn't bug me is it too isolated a spot on the floor, right? Like nobody knows that he's gonna go right there.
100%.
You watch tape and you're like, hey, he likes to make this cut up the spot. I'm just saying.
They both. It was two back screens and two guys came forward. You don't.
Yeah.
But that's not even really my point. My point is, if you just rebound the missed free throw, you're not in a jump ball situation. Like that thing was rebound. That was long. It was a carom.
100%. Yep.
Just rebound the basketball off the missed free throw, and we don't get there. You know what I mean?
100%. 100%. Basic fundamental basketball. Rebound the basketball after a missed free throw, and you're not in that situation. And you know, it is funny though. When I first saw Jamarcus go down, you're like, oh, that's too bad. That's just an isolate. Maybe his shoes weren't, you know, whatever. And then you see Sam Hoiberg go over and try to help him up, and he slips. And then Garcia does the same thing. It's like, oh, that was saturated over there. So I understand what we're talking about here. I get why people are up in arms and the fact that it was right in front of Purdue's bench. But again, you're the home court. Don't you have some kind of responsibility to? I don't know, but I think we're looking at a shiny low hanging fruit there, and that's my fault because I brought it up. But yeah, I think they're bigger fish to fry than just a wet spot on the floor. But back to your point about the top of the Big Ten, my goodness gracious, like they're fighting for one of the top 4 seeds, right? So your top 4 seeds, you get to the quarters. That is so important in the Big Ten Conference tournament. You do not want to be a 5, 6, 7, 8 or lower. And right now, there's 5 teams really battling for 4 spots. And oh, by the way, Wisconsin and UCLA are right behind you at 9 and 4, with Iowa at 8 and 4. So this conference is really, really top heavy and really, really tough. And you better play some good basketball down the stretch. I know technically they don't have a ranked opponent on their schedule for the rest of the year, but I was lurking right outside the top 25, and they could be ranked by the time they face them twice down the stretch. And so Nebraska's got some work to do. You know, they still have some work to do. And obviously you want to get a top 4 seed in the Big Ten Conference tournament. You want to get a top 4 seed in the Big Ten or the Big Dance. So they do have to figure some things out here down the stretch.
All right. So Illinois, Michigan State, and Purdue all have to see one another before this thing is done. And Michigan has to see Michigan State, Purdue, and Iowa, and one more. Is it Illinois?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Illinois.
Yeah.
So what's more likely to happen? Does a 9 and 4 catch a current 10 and 3, or do the 10 and 3s just shuffle spots with the 11 and 3?
Well, the way Wisconsin's playing lately, I would be
the most favorable schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would have to break down the schedules more so, but Wisconsin is playing its best basketball, and the thing I like about them is they've actually gotten better as the season has progressed. But they've got a big one on Friday night at home at the Kohl Center. They host Michigan State, so that will tell us a lot to see if they're a player or not. And Wisconsin still has Iowa, and they got Oregon, Washington, and Maryland. So there's and Purdue. They play at Purdue, so they've got some toughies down the stretch here. I would think that I kind of lean that the 10 and 3s will kind of shuffle the deck rather than somebody from 9 or below come up. That's the way it does seem like there is a little bit of a line between the top 5 and the teams below. Don't you think?
Yeah, there's some interesting schedules. I mean, Iowa's obviously backloaded. UCLA is a team that's interesting.
Yeah.
UCLA on the way out. Yeah, they've got Michigan State, Illinois, right 3 in a row.
Yep.
And then it eases up for them. But they've got Nebraska at the end, too.
So, I think part of it for me, AK, is I just want to hear Mick Cronin's press conferences about the schedule.
Travel.
And I just want somebody to ask him, hey, did you get an explanation? What'd you think?
Yeah.
Do you think they gave me an explanation?
Don't even ask me about the officiating.
I just want to hear the pressers, I think.
Yeah, or the crowd. Don't ask me about the crowd and the atmosphere. I don't know. He's tiresome for me.
The list of things you're allowed to ask Mick Cronin about gets smaller every game.
Right. It's like the unwritten rule list. You gotta make sure you're well schooled on that before sitting down. Before he gives you that side-eyed look and gives you a snarky response. I don't know. It's not that tough to do a press conference and treat people with respect.
Here we go. AK, are you I know you're good being outside with winter coats and stuff. Are you ready for spring ball?
I am. Isn't this weird though how little lead up? I mean, you guys talk about it a bunch. Yeah, but I think it's been a nice little diversion with this attention to Nebraska basketball that we're not getting caught in the minutia of stuff that may or may not matter come August. I do think the spring ball is fascinating because of so many new pieces and so many storylines that are going to happen starting a week from Saturday. And I think too, I know it's not by design, but the fact that spring ball is kind of overlaying the end of basketball season, it will take even more attention away from football. Don't you think? I mean, yeah, football will still get obviously its share of attention, but my goodness, to have the spring game potentially on the second weekend of the NCAA tournament, and Nebraska may or may not be in. But just the simple lead up to that fact, you're going to have, you only get so much time in a sportscast. So normally that's filled 80% with spring football. Now that's going to be a little different this year, and I think that's maybe good with the approach. We haven't seen a whole lot publicly out of what's going on behind closed doors, as opposed to years past. There's not a whole bunch of hype videos or weightlifting videos or get ready videos and all that stuff. I think that's good, right? The way the season ended and the whole tenor of what you heard from Matt Rule saying, let's just go to work. I think this is a good situation that they're in, that they can just put their heads down and work and yeah, they'll get attention, but maybe it's not at the level that it has been in recent years.
Yeah, I mean, I know DB was asking earlier for a quiet off season, and obviously with a lot of the coaching turnover and things like that, and the high profile transfers or transfer, that wasn't maybe as quiet as an off season as Nebraska maybe wanted, but it seems like it's started to go that direction after the kind of player and coach movement part of the off season.
Yeah, and even the Moos stuff that's broken this week. I mean, somebody should have gotten to Bill Moos and say, man, why didn't you leave this to like May when you guys are really desperate for material, right? I mean, this could have filled like 2 weeks just on that book, right?
No, because we talked about this a little bit yesterday. Was there anything from the excerpts that you saw that actually surprised you?
No, maybe the Chip Kelly, as far as down that road that he was at. I didn't realize he was that far down the road with Chip Kelly.
Wish he would have pointed, because I don't think he was. I wasn't really surprised with a lot of the stuff. I just wish, and maybe that's not what the book was for. Like, it can't always be what everybody else did. Like, occasionally you got to sprinkle in,
like, I made a bad call here.
Yeah, like what you could have done differently. Like, that's my only real complaint. I mean, grammar and sentence structure aside, I think.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Who's his editor?
Name spelling.
Yeah, those are basic tenets. But isn't that the truth, though? If you have an editor, or depending on who, how many sports docs have you seen that gloss over some major blemishes of that person's career? Like
the contract extension and not wanting.
Yeah, that's a bad look. Absolutely, you should do more on that. Absolutely.
I think a lot of people have kind of talked about that.
Oh, yes. I was hoping for a few more. Like, oh, I had no idea about that one. Okay. The Chip Kelly thing was interesting. The Pillen involvement with the basketball coach was interesting, and then the tweet that corresponded with that in real time, that was interesting. But am I going to go out and run out and get that book? I don't know. Yeah, probably, just because. How about this? How about this? If it wasn't my job, would I go out and get that book?
That's an interesting question. I'll be honest.
I'm not reading it, but
I'm probably going to wait for the audiobook.
Right.
Well, I can't read, so that's my
right. But isn't it true though? I mean, here's the thing: I tell people who say, "Hey, have you seen this sports doc or have you seen that sports doc?" I say, "Who was it produced by?" And obviously, if it's produced, the person's going to get the final say. They're not going to make it themselves look like a Richard, right? To borrow a phrase. So, I mean, you can look at just about anything. The only doc that's almost like tip of the hat, for being quite honest, I don't know if you guys, I might be over my skis here, but that Billy Joel doc was pretty darn good. That really showed some blemishes on his own personal approach to life, and I appreciated that.
I think those are the ones that are the most interesting.
Oh, I 100%. I would recommend that Billy Joel doc to anyone, even if you don't like Billy Joel. I mean, he goes out there and he says basically he screwed up a ton of times in his life, and I appreciate that.
I needed Moos to say, like, yeah, man, after that freaking bounds and Ronnie Green going over my head, man, I polished off that 750 mils. I need to get my mind right. Oh, like, come on, man. Just like I get some of the stuff, but like it also wasn't all rainbows and butterflies.
You're not getting another job. Like, let it hang out, man. Who cares?
All right, do you guys how much time we got? We got time for a quick story?
Yeah, we got some time.
All right. Okay, so Big Ten Media Days. Frost just hired. Moose is there, right? We're at the Marriott downtown Chicago, right? I think DB, you were there.
I'll be back there. I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're there's a big media contingent. There's a big middle bar in the center of the hotel, right? We're all, it's probably a group of 10 of us. And we're drinking a lot of Diet Cokes that night, if you can imagine. And so Sean Callahan and I see Frost sit down with Moose at the bar, and I'm like, dude, let's just go say hi. Like, they're at the bar. Let's just go say hello. And it was the most awkward exchange for 4 people I've ever had at a bar. It was as awkward. And Sean and Frost go way, way back, right? But it wasn't just weird between us 4. It was weird between Moose and Frost. And looking back on it, you're like, oh, okay, I kind of understand a little bit more now. I mean, it was like a forced marriage in that respect. And that was when I walked away, I was like, wow, that was really weird. That was really weird. And then someone gave me another Diet Coke and I was fine.
AK, are you? Can I, I get it because I've known you forever. I am curious though. Why always Diet Coke?
Well, Diet Coke is just kind of like it's not always limited to Diet Coke. It's whatever's on special, my friend. I am cheap as the cheap can be.
When I want Coke, what's my go-to? It's not Diet Coke.
A couple of pops.
Couple pops.
Ginger ale.
I always say ginger ale.
Ginger ale. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It's a Diet Coke because
I really like ginger ale. So, like, do you?
Oh, yeah. I really like Diet Coke. In fact, people, I have a problem, and Lauren will back me up. Matt Satilli will back me up. Matt Lothrop will back me up. I mean, you ask anybody who knows me, I drink probably 7, 8, 9 Diet Cokes a day.
That's probably the neighborhood I'm in, AK, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Like I'll buy 2 liters. I'll buy a 2 liter to bring into work for the day. And that will get me through the day. This is after I have a good one. Like I'm drinking one right now. Steve, listen.
Me too.
Okay, there's 2 things in here. 9's a big number. But I guess if you're going to drink it in one day, you still have a chance to get some carbonation. You're still buying 2 liters?
Oh, DB, bite your tongue. 2 liters is the jam. First of all, you can buy it if
like
you
99 cents.
Yeah, well, it's perfect. You get way more for the dollar, right? I mean, let's be honest. The price of Diet Coke, the price of Diet Coke these days are just ridiculous. And so you buy in bulk. Yeah, 2 liters. You can usually get them for depending on where you go, $2.50 a bottle. And you're going to pay that if you get a Diet Coke out of the vending machine. So I get 2 liters out of the thing. And I think it tastes better over ice.
You're a heck of a social experiment.
If you the Diet Coke out of the can, too fizzy.
Ooh,
right?
No
Disagree.
Such thing.
Disagree.
Oh, I think it's too much. Too much.
So you don't like the bite. You don't like the bitiness.
Where you're
occasionally I will, but no, I mean, for my go-to is Diet Coke out of the bottle, out of 2 liter over ice.
I am a big ice guy. Got to go with the ice. You know.
Yeah.
You know, I can't do, even if it's in the fridge and cold, like I need it colder than that.
Yeah. And by the way, DB, the Diet Coke isn't in the fridge long enough to lose its fizz. I mean, that thing is done in 4 hours.
Later in like a couple of hours, you're probably good. But man, you go much more than that. And it's like I'm drinking.
No, you do it in a day. You're good.
You do it in a day. My expiration date's like the next day for me. And it's never goes longer than that.
They never lasted that long?
No, it never lasted.
I will say this, though. If I had a can of ginger ale, I probably wouldn't put it down. I would just probably drink it. It's only 12 ounce. I mean, I would just drink it.
And Diet Coke's a good universal thing for it, just about any beverage. So that's why I go to that.
Yeah, I mean,
yes.
Ginger ale is my tequila.
Yes.
It's ginger ale. Just
yeah.
I tell him to go out and have a ginger ale, and he looks at me like I'm 12.
Hey, Ken, I didn't know you were from the South, calling everything can I get a Coke? What kind of Coke?
Give me a Diet Coke, not a Coke, but Diet Coke.
That's it.
Can't have those calories. Gotta watch my figure.
Polishing off 9 of them a day.
Yeah, good point. Julie Cornell is all over my chiz. She's like, "How many today, Andy?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'm on 5. Here we go."
Quietly, she's kind of funny.
Oh, she's sneaky funny.
Yeah.
Believe you me. She's got a great sense of humor.
Oh, she's pretty funny.
Oh, yeah.
You slit your throat.
AK, we appreciate the time as always. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks boys. Take care.
That is Andy Kendeigh from KETV. Coming up next, we got Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty special. It's pretty emotional. One of my former college teammates, you know, walking out there in the starting lineup, and I know the battle and fight that she has fought to get to where she is now, and every player in our program has been touched by cancer, and we have a lot of people that are very, very close to us within our program that are battling right now, and so it's pretty emotional, and it's something that we feel really honored to be able to be a part of and to participate in. Play for K, to find ways to raise awareness and to continue to fight that battle.
I'm really just looking forward to seeing them for the first time. Obviously, they've had a pretty good season so far. Really close games with UConn and St. John's, and so I just feel like they've improved like a ton since their previous years, so it's going to be really fun to be able to go into that environment and just be able to play against a great team and see how we compare to them. Yeah, so I mean, I just try to forget about what happened last season and last year. I mean, obviously it's a completely new year. Like, they have a lot of different players that do a lot of different things, and I mean, like, they're the same team, all together, but they have different players, different way of playing, and they're so much more connected on the court, I feel like. And I don't know, you just can't really think about the past when going into a game like this.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Pivot stand inside there. Butengel's got it. Here's Sammy, my boy, driving the ball. The kick out. And Lawrence's three. Got it! Smack! Right down the hole. Right down the alley. 75-75 in the tie. 3-ball made by Jamarcus Lawrence.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by Next Gen Mail Medical. That's DBM Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined now by Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Mitch, how are we doing this morning?
Doing great. How are you guys?
We got some really hard-hitting questions, Mitch. You want the first one?
I should tell you right off the bat, hearing that KP in the intro there, yeah. I need to tell you, because the last time I was on your show, we talked about our guy Damon, the other Damon, and I don't know if you saw Kent's social media channels yesterday about that guy on his Twitter and his Facebook. Kent was posting about DD, and he called me. So Kent was trying to reach their family yesterday and was having a hard time getting a hold of them. So Kent called me at like mid afternoon, and he wanted to invite them to the game or invite them to come down and say hi to him at the game last night, which did ultimately happen. And the funny part is he called a phone number that at a place I lived when I was in college, like 28 years ago. And
the least surprising thing ever.
So he keeps like a Rolodex on his phone, and it had like every number and email address that I've been associated with since like 1993. I found out about it from my old college roommate who's now in Youngstown, Ohio, as the media relations director for the Penguins. His mother, like 80-something-year-old mother, lives at this house that we lived in college in like 1997, 98, and Kent called the landline looking for me.
Oh, Lord. Mitch,
he got me. It worked.
Mitch, when's the last time you've partaken in a 2-liter? A 2-liter of...
Oh, it's been a long time.
Years?
I don't know. I can't remember. Probably around that same time that we're talking about there, like 28 years ago. It's terrible because you take all the carbonate unless you're going to drink the whole thing. I just wanted
to make sure I wasn't alone. But I don't drink soda, so it's easy for me to poke fun. But if I did, I certainly wouldn't be drinking out of a 2-liter.
I try to really limit it. We've got some. I heard you with Kendeigh there. We've got some Diet Coke, some actual Diet Coke in the fridge over here to my right. But
so
I definitely limit it.
Let me just
in the summer it's more tough. You get the gas station fountain pop is really calling my
name. And you're coach too, so you're like in and out.
Not anymore, man. My days are over.
Are you retired?
My kid's in high school. I don't want to be retired, but my kid's in high school, and I have volunteered to throw batting practice for his high school team, but he's got to go through tryouts first next month and see how that goes. But yeah, maybe I'll be able to reprise my role as a batting practice pitcher and sneak my way back in and to some degree. But I still coach him. But for the most part, yeah, sadly my days are over.
Are any of your beverage choices shaped by covering so many sporting events, like what they have available, so you develop the taste?
No.
Okay.
No.
I just was curious.
Other than maybe like just the fact that I'll drink coffee, like if it's a late night, like it turned into a late night for me last night, which I wasn't really expecting with the 6 o'clock tip. But no, not any kind of like beverage brands. So I mean, we're specifically talking about Nebraska being a Pepsi school. Like that doesn't have any impact on my choice.
Once I arrived at the right stadium in Minnesota, they are the ones that get credit for turning me on to Topo Chico.
Oh yeah, my sister-in-law. She goes on vacation to a place that she's done this to a place where they don't sell it or where she can't get it. She'll ship it to herself at the destination.
I would laugh. My sister in California did the exact same thing to my mom's house when we visited, and I was like, you can get that here.
It's California. Yeah, I said the same thing.
She's San Rafael, so it's kind of it's a little bougie. But,
same. I mean, we're living the same life here, man. I'm talking about North San Diego County. You're talking about San Rafael. I mean, it's all the same.
Yeah. So because I love carbonation, but I don't like soda, so I needed something, and like I was like, oh, let me try it. I was like, what is blueberry hibiscus? I'm not a real big hibiscus guy, but let me try. But now I'm just in on Topo Chico.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had it. I think I probably have at her house.
I didn't know they make baby cans either. I was like, you guys have made some money post-COVID. Can we get bigger cans? It's a menace. I'm just happy they have a huge press box, so I should just take what I can get. We got room to spread out. But anyway, there were so many hot takes that came out of this game last night, Mitch, and I found myself, and I admitted this, I lacked a little bit of emotional maturity because I let it bug me, right? I hear terms like overachiever and, there was the pumpkin reference and things like this, and I'm like, you guys, first of all, you can't overachieve in sports, especially given the course of a season. You can maximize, but having said that, are you surprised that we're not used to having nice things, or do you give us a bye because we haven't had nice things? Like, we don't kind of know how this is unfolding with this basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, it's still relatively new. This team hasn't, gone on and made a run in the NCAA tournament. The season is getting long at this point, but I'm okay with the characterization of this team as a surprise. And I know, like, for those of us who've watched them since November or October, it shouldn't come as a surprise anymore that Nebraska nearly beat Purdue or was in position to beat Purdue in overtime. It shouldn't be surprised if you expected Nebraska to win that game. That shouldn't be surprising to people, but it still is, like, on a national level. And that's okay. Like, Nebraska basketball is new in coming on the radar of a lot of people who follow the sport. I mean, some people don't even begin to follow the sport until a couple of days ago when the Super Bowl's over every year. So
he's not wrong.
I was going to say that is one. It's like, oh, welcome college basketball fans. Like, really?
Well, I think that's why we were talking to Kerry Miller yesterday. I think that's why they backload the schedule the way they do. Like, part of it's for the drama of the races, but part of it's like that's when people start watching.
Yeah. So I'm good with it. I'm good with, like, whatever people want to say about Nebraska basketball. The fact that it's on their radar, whether they want to say they're a fraud and they're going to fizzle out in the round of 32, like, that's fine. That means they won one game, which is more than they've ever done in 100 years.
Mitch, can those two things be separately, like, when you say fraud, possibly, people look at it as a fraud and they fizzle out in the tournament. Like,
I'm not saying that they're a fraud,
right? But, like, the narrative, right, the narrative of it. Like, can they not be a fraud and still potentially fizzle out? Like, what happened in the regular season could still be real, and it still doesn't translate the way
we're not PP tucking already.
I'm not.
Knock it off.
I'm asking a question: can both of those things be true at the same time? That they were not a fraud, and maybe it doesn't also go the way, like, around 32 still, as you said, is a historic mark for Nebraska. Also probably short of where most people hope the season ends.
Well, I mean, if you're a 3 seed, which would mean that Nebraska is going to finish fairly well, probably end up with 4 or 5 losses. And if you're a 3 seed and you win that first game, and then you're playing a 6 on the Saturday or Sunday of opening weekend, potentially a 6. You could be playing an 11, but let's say a 6. It's a top 25 team in the country.
Yeah,
like, you could play somebody really good in the round of 32. So I don't think it's like
10
required.
5 is tough if you're just ranking regular teams.
Yeah,
before
look at the teams that are 21 through 24 in the poll, and roughly, or in the NET, and roughly those are going to be your 6 seeds that Nebraska might be positioned against in the second rounds. And if Nebraska is a 4, then you're going to be going against a 5 in the second round potentially. Like, I don't think you have to get to the Sweet 16 in order to deem this season something other than a fraud. Like, no, the regular season stands on itself. And if Nebraska finishes with 25 to 27 wins going into March Madness, then absolutely, like, they are a historic team in Nebraska basketball, in all of Nebraska basketball. But it's going to leave you with an empty feeling if they if they were to lose one of those first 2 games. I mean, I think some people would just be happy saying, hey, you're a 3 and you beat a 14, or you're a 4 and you beat a 13. Like, that's fantastic.
remember once when Nebraska basketball was a 3 seed.
Yeah, right.
We were on campus together at the same time, Mitch.
That was Penn that Nebraska played in that. Is that right? I believe that's right. Yeah.
Why are you bringing up
93, 94? So anyway, like I'm watching last night, and I'm watching Nebraska get eaten alive by Oscar Clough, and I remember that he played on a team last year that comes from a conference that's going to produce a 13 or a 14 seed. So guys like that can be out there, and that's really all it takes. Like, if you go up against that guy in the first round, you got your hands full, and he gets 10 offensive rebounds like he did last night. Like, it's tough to win games, like Fred said in the post game, if the other team has that many more looks at the basket than you do.
I was corrected. It was Xavier, Mitch.
Xavier was the 14? Okay, sorry. Yeah. Penn was the team that Nebraska played when it
was that 91?
When it won 26 games, 26-8, like knees breakout season. I think that's right.
Yeah, that was Tony Farmer's last year before he got drafted by the Lakers. Is a big Tony Farmer guy, Mitch.
Yeah, I remember Tony Farmer. That's great. I saw Henry T. Buchanan at the game last night.
He's great. Do you know where he so when he comes in town, he watches a lot of state basketball. Like, the last couple of years I've seen him has been at the state tournaments in Lincoln for high school. T's a great guy. Super cordial, good natured.
Yeah. I don't know him. I don't know him, but I was chatting with Kent and Jeff Smith, and he stopped over to say hi to those guys.
Mitch, when you're looking at kind of the Big Ten as a conference, do you cheer? You don't really cheer. Do you look at conference strength differently in basketball than you do football? Because in basketball, conference strength seems to be talked about a lot more prevalent when it comes to validating everybody else in the conference. Football, not as much. Like,
unless you play in the SEC.
But now it gets used against them, so they stop doing that kind of. Do you look at it differently?
I don't know that I've thought about it enough to look at it differently. I look at conference strength. I mean, in basketball, they face up against each other more. You know, teams you play multiple times. You can play a team 3 times before the postseason. So I guess in that light, it reflects more on from one team to another in basketball, the strength of the conference. I was having a conversation yesterday with a friend about the possibility of Kansas, after their win against Arizona on Monday night, being in the conversation with Nebraska. Like, they could be competing with each other for a seed. Previously I thought, hey, maybe Kansas is going to be that team, that kind of team that Nebraska ends up seeing in the second round, which would be like the nightmare scenario, because they're so talented and have underachieved, and that underachieving part is kind of going away now that they're beating Arizona. Anyway, we were talking about my buddy here says, well, the Big 12 is not very good. I think Kansas is going to fizzle out. And he's like, well, the Big 12 is not good except for Arizona and BYU and Kansas and Iowa State and Texas Tech and Houston. Like, that's a pretty good league. Like,
you snake
after like the 6th in the top 20, you can chill in the top of the net ranking.
No, right? I think the Big 12 is pretty good. Now it's not great at the bottom. Yeah. But you can say the same about the Big 10, and I think that's kind of where we're at with this league strength stuff. Is you have to gauge it based on the top part of the league, and the Big 10 is strong again this year with all of these 3 teams that Nebraska's lost to, plus Michigan State. Like, that's a strong top 5. And look at Wisconsin now. Look what the Badgers did last night.
Wisconsin and Iowa's tough to deal with.
Iowa's a beast on being there twice on Nebraska's schedule the rest of the way.
God, I hope they turn on the lights in that arena if Nebraska plays there. Why does it always look so dark at Carver?
I don't have an answer to that. I've never been to a basketball game.
Minnesota.
I've been to wrestling there.
Yeah, me too. So I went to wrestling there when I was a kid.
Yeah,
that was with my dad.
I've been doing NCAA championships there.
I actually think wrestling is the best event that they do in Iowa City on that campus. to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that you would get a big argument from a lot of people unless it's just but they do football.
Oh, football
well.
is. I mean,
yeah,
it gets pretty lit.
Yeah.
By the way, we need to get to your blind resume venue thing, which was a total fail. Mitch, is this measured excitement, curiosity? How are you looking at early spring as an indicator, considering they seem to want to do so much football now? It's been relatively quiet outside of the coaches stuff.
It has. And I think that's the right approach. I don't think this was the off season for Nebraska to have a big social media campaign about the winter conditioning. And I mean, they're working just as hard and if not harder. And I think and this should be a question for Matt Rule at some point here in the next week. He's gonna I would imagine answer some questions before they start spring ball. And I would like to know, because it looks to me like part of the reason that they wanted to get going here on February 21st is because you just need to go. You just need to, like, why wait? Why wait another month or 3 weeks? Like, they have this there was a bad taste in their mouths. I don't like that expression, but it was a bad vibe at the end of the season for sure. And they hoped to reverse that with a good performance in the bowl game, and that didn't work out. So you're sitting there on January 1, and it's like we need to turn the page. Like, you got to turn the page as quick as you can. And you have these new pieces, and every year there's a lot of new pieces, but this is one of those years where you have new pieces at important positions. And the faster that you can get those guys out there practicing with each other, not just running and conditioning, but practicing football with each other, then the more productive the rest of your offseason is going to be. And I think, just from I would like to ask this question, but I think that's a big part of the reason they've decided to go about this and start it early. Maybe Rule will say something different, and that doesn't have anything to do with it. But that's kind of the opinion, that the way that I've shaped my opinion on it.
As you're looking at the different position groups and some of the additions that were brought in, like, let's think of, I want to think of newcomers only. Which position group are you most interested in?
You should have asked it the way I like it.
Well, you can ask it the way you like it. I'm asking about newcomers only.
Okay. I'll take quarterback out of the discussion.
Fair.
Because I think in these kind of questions, it's always obvious, especially when they brought in 2 new quarterbacks or 1.5 new quarterbacks. I count Danny Kaelin as a half, since he knows the program and the system.
Mm-hmm.
I would say offensive line, because you're looking at potentially 3 new starters, and I don't know that they go out there on day 1 on February 21st, and there are the 3 transfers who are all standing in starting positions. I think my suspicion, just knowing the way that they like to do things, and I don't know how the way that Jeep Wade likes to do things, and Lonnie Teasley, but the head coach, my suspicion is that they'll want to make sure that all 3 of the transfers, who all have starting experience at the Power 4 level,
Mm-hmm.
that they all truly have to earn their starting spots, if that's what they're going to be. And there are guys,
Pritchett, right?
Yeah, you thought Pritchett, and he had to earn it, and it took him longer to earn it than anybody expected, but he did eventually. And I don't think that he's got to go earn it again. I mean, he has to work hard, but it's not like a proving yourself place that he was in a year ago. Pritchett and Justin Evans are clearly there when you go out and line up on day 1. And I would expect that maybe a couple of the transfers are, but Tyler Kanak is going to have something to say about that. And there are some Preston Talmua. There are some other guys who are going to have something to say about whether the new players just walk in and assume starting positions. I would hope that they don't. That means that there's depth and competition. So I'm intrigued by the newcomers at the offensive line, and on defense, it's probably linebacker. Owen Chambliss is a guy that intrigues me as much as just about anybody among the transfers in this class. I mean, Calandri is at the top of the list, but
Mm-hmm.
on the defensive side, I'd say, like, he's the defensive version of Calandria for me.
All right, so since I so rudely interrupted Ravi, I'm going to ask it a different way. Mitch, Coach Rule, carte blanche, you only get an hour. but all the rooms are separated. What position group you going to first?
Okay, I see the question, this is me getting this is Coach Rule going to the room, or this is me going to.
You get to go watch.
Yeah, so I explained this to Ravi. Maybe you're looking at it as interest. Maybe it's reverse confidence. I don't know like what your criteria would be, but you're only quarantined in one room with one group.
And I get to be there for an hour.
Fly
on the wall.
Yep.
I would say it's going to be something where there's a lot of new pieces because I want to see how those things come together. Maybe D-line. I'm curious how they're going to piece it together on the D-line.
I'm glad your answer was different than the way that
I asked it
about the O-line, right? Because you're starting with the things that you're probably the least confident in, right?
Yeah. That's
okay. Or at least know the least about.
Yeah. That's what
you could say the least confident. I think and every time there's a tendency to, and I understand it and I'm guilty of it. There's a tendency to look at the way the last few games of the season went and just say, man, they got so much to do on the defensive line, or they do have a lot to do, but there's a tendency to say the talent is not what it needs to be. And when you go through it player by player, I don't think that's the case at all. They have a lot to work with. It's just getting those players in the right spots and to the level of play and having the right amount of confidence so that they can go do it in the Big Ten. Like there are plenty of players last year who weren't there yet. And there's reason to believe that they could be if things line up right and you add in some other aspects. So I'm curious with that D line, how it's all going to come together and what the new leadership looks like. Cause I don't even know, like there's some pieces on the coaching staff that I'm not entirely sure how they fit with the structure of the D line heading into spring.
Okay. What's 2?
Oh man. It's probably quarterback. Because I just think that would just in general be interesting to see what's being said. And quarterback might even be 1, but I'll say it 2. D-line's 1. I'm really interested how that's going to shake out. And at quarterback, you don't have change in the way that they're coached and who's coaching them. So it's interesting, but there's not as much change. Like I would imagine that whatever's going on in the room, like it's being run the same way as it was a year ago, just with different players there. Yeah, I'd like to see that, see the give and take, like see what Anthony Calandria is like. We've heard from former teammates and coaches, and we've heard from Matt Rule about the presence that he has and the feeling that they got from him when he came on his visit. So that's all fine and accurate, I'm sure, but I'd like to see it in the team environment and what that looks like.
Is there a coach that you'd be most interested to see like go about their business? Obviously, you can only learn so much by how they teach practice and things like that, but like who would that be?
Yeah. Right now, Rob Orich.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean, he's he may hold the key to the ultimate success or failure of Matt Rule as a head coach at Nebraska. It's that important. This is his 3rd defensive coordinator in 4 years. Like this one's got to work. And I understand Tony White did work for 2 years, but then he left. And John Butler didn't work. This has got to work. So I'm really interested to see like what his MO is and how he does everything.
Mitch, if how are you gonna take the wait and see approach with special teams? Because
sure.
Or is there something you're gonna pit it against?
I'm not gonna throw them in the ditch right now and say that it can't work. Like, sure, it could work. I have concerns. I definitely have concerns.
Do you separate end of the season special teams from beginning of the season special teams, or is it just special teams being better than a year ago special teams?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely better at the beginning of the season, and I think some of the stuff at the end were there were some things that were starting to snowball on Nebraska. The injury to Dylan Raiola was a turning point in the season, and I understand that Nebraska went and played well the next week at UCLA, but UCLA was on a that was a bad team last year. So for most of the season, so. When Dylan went down, like everything changed with the team, and it got harder to even on the non-offensive spots. Like it got harder to be a good defense after that. It got harder to be good on special teams, and that's not making an excuse for them. And Nebraska, it's just reality. And Nebraska went up against opponents that were extremely well schooled in that part of the game, especially Iowa. So I don't like think that it's the key to being good on special teams is like an impossible puzzle to put together. It's looked that way at times for Nebraska in recent seasons, but I think they can do it. Like Mike Eckler was great, and like the energy that he brought, and Rule will say it wasn't the energy, it wasn't about the in your face stuff, it was about the way that he coached and the system that he installed. And that's fine. I'm sure that's right, but they can. It doesn't have to be the same. Like they can build on the success that they had last year on special teams, and I think be adequate to good in that area. I am concerned though that the coaches who are running it just don't have experience being in charge of entire special teams units, and we'll see with Brett Maher. I mean, his area of expertise is kicking, and kicking is just one part of special teams. Like they might have a great plan, and you put Humphreys in there and Humphrey, and it might be fantastic. Like he can take all of the coverage and blocking stuff, and you have people to coach the return specialists, and you got Maher working with the kickers and punters, and like it all just comes together. But I think it's a gamble, and I have concerns about like how that all looks. But I'm definitely gonna be open-minded about it and give them, in my assessment, I want to see how it looks, and I'm not like resigned to the fact that it's going to be bad.
Mitch Sherman from The Athletic. Good stuff as always, Mitch. Thought-provoking, and if you want, I can give you my power rankings of the best ways to consume Diet Coke. 2 liter is at the bottom. 2 liter is at the bottom. I've gone.
How about drinking it straight from the fountain into your mouth?
Listen, for sanitary reasons, I'm going to say no on that.
Yeah.
But I will say
Good.
Fountain Diet Coke is very high on the list.
Mitch, do you know enough about soda
to get the right ice mix?
To like rank fountain soda? Because that's always at the top of everybody's list.
Well, so
you're talking about. Are you talking about the place you get it from?
Yeah,
like,
not all fountain sodas created equal.
There's no doubt about that.
Okay.
You're 100% right on that.
Right.
And I don't need to tell you, Robbie. Like,
yeah,
you clearly know.
I am interested though, because you guys are both animate, like no questions asked.
I don't know. Like I said, I try to limit myself.
Like, what's the key though?
I think so.
It's got to be the carbonation mix, and because you
Carbonation.
can do it different. You can do it different. You got the right mix of syrup and carbonation, and I think the ice is an underrated aspect of it too.
Very
because
true.
not all fountain ice is created equal. Do you go with the chewy little cubes or the bigger pieces?
So personally, I like the bigger pieces because they don't melt as fast.
Right.
And the little pieces melt too fast, and then it waters down your soda. So I'm also a big styrofoam over plastic cup guy for the same reason.
No.
Styrofoam cups don't melt as fast.
Oh, I just like the plastic in my hand. I'm actually neither.
Swears by styrofoam.
Yeah, they don't melt as fast. So yeah, I'll do a cup or a Yeti preferably. But if I've got the fountain soda, I got to go styrofoam. I'm all about preservation.
Bring your own cup.
Of the.
She's the only person I know that drinks fountain soda.
Oh yeah,
This is fascinating. So
I mean, there's a clear goat of fountain sodas.
I've seen them swap those things out, Mitch, with like the cartridges and stuff.
Yes.
So does one control the bubbles and then the other is syrup?
Yeah, you can control the mix, and there's
the syrup's in a box or a bag.
Okay,
at least it used to be. Yeah,
but you can control how much of that gets into the stream.
Who's the clear winner?
The clear king of fountain sodas for Diet Coke is McDonald's.
Everybody says that.
McDonald's has the best. Well, so they also this is a real thing. They deliver it. You're right. Most of the time, it comes in plastic bags. They deliver it in metal cartridges. You get a different flavor profile based on the metal versus, which is why 2 liters are at the bottom because they're in plastic and cans are much higher.
Have you had a chance? You're going to kick me off your show here in a second, but have you had?
I'm fast. I like stuff.
Mitch, we're finally in my wheelhouse. Stay as long
have
as
you.
Like.
You recognize like what we are reported to be getting out here in the Gretna area.
Oh yeah, the Buc-ee's.
Yeah. Have you had a chance to experience Buc-ee's drink selections?
I have, yeah. So I have a sister in Texas, so I have experienced the entire amusement park gas station. I
don't know if the quality is like at the top of the list. I think I confuse the quantity and it makes me think that it must be the best that there is because there's so much, not just with the fountain pop and the different drinks, iced tea and whatever they serve in all their different areas, but the coffee and just everything. It's an overwhelming amount of beverage.
So many
options.
Yes. Kayla played in Dallas back-to-back years, sophomore, junior year, and this is not exaggerating, Mitch. I spent in probably 4 trips, 4 hours in Buc-ee's.
I would do the same.
Give or take a couple of minutes.
Well, you're perusing the food, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So
I had an Uber stop at Buc-ee's with my entire family in the car last year in Texas. We were going somewhere else, but I asked them to stop at Buc-ee's. And the Uber driver was completely in favor of it.
I'm sure they understand. Like everybody I talk to that has Buc-ee's near them will they're apologists. Like they will swear up and down by it. I will say the food it's good gas station food.
And sometimes it's good you get cool Uber drivers. Benny McLaughlin has worked 2 Uber drivers on a mistype on where we were supposed to go. He's gotten them to go to the new location without booking a new driver. Like sometimes you just get good.
My son and I we went to a Nebraska basketball game it was the Illinois game, and I was working, but I took him and then he sat with some friends, and we had to make 3 stops in Gretna on the way out because I needed gas, and then we both got food for the road at different places. And I said, if Buc-ee's was here, it would have only been 1 stop. So that's why I'm looking forward to it so much.
No, everybody's moving to Gretna because of Buc-ee's.
Mitch, we appreciate the time as always. Maybe I'll put out on Twitter my ultimate power rankings of the Diet Coke hierarchy. We'll see what we can do.
Appreciate it, Mitch.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
That's Mitch Sherman from The Athletic.
That's actually kind of fast.
Oh, it's me.
That's how I feel about cooking meats and stuff.
Sure, yeah, but I drink a ton of soda. So I've got. You consume anything that much, whether it's food, soda, sports, whatever it is. You're going to have strong feelings about it.
I'm fascinated is because I'm like that with either briquettes or stick burners or what kind of charcoal you're using.
Like that whenever
all that stuff matters.
Yeah, you're like that whenever we talk about restaurants. Like when people ask you in Kansas City, hey, what's the best barbecue place? You're like, well, it depends on what you're looking for. It's all this, and this. Like Andy clearly doesn't like the bitiness of Diet Coke as much. So it makes sense that his preference is a 2-liter because it takes a lot of that out of it.
If I'm going to drink a soda, though, I want that. Ooh.
Yeah, you want the bite.
Yeah,
that's what people call it. Yeah, it's
I want
it's a little bit of a burn in your throat. You want that bite.
And
that's how my wife is.
There are varying degrees of ginger ale, but you get an ice cold ginger ale that's got that bite. And I can't remember the name of it, but they make it up it's in the Minnesota, Michigan area. It's one of the best ginger ales that I've ever had. Because your eyes may kind of water a little bit in the corner. It's ooh,
it's a little
yeah. That's what I'm
like. AK would prefer a Chick-fil-A fountain soda over a McDonald's fountain soda. Chick-fil-A doesn't have the same bite that McDonald's does.
I go with Quick Trip. plastic, small ice, Coke, a lot of cherry, a lot of vanilla.
You
syrup.
make your own stuff?
Yeah, and top it off with raspberry. I think that's the best.
I don't do a mix. I don't mix in I just want my
Or
regular.
peach.
I don't mix in flavors on my sodas.
He said her peach.
Natasha will do that. She'll do all the different flavors and stuff. I'm like, nope. Why are you ruining perfect good soda? What are we doing?
I think you should have been ashamed at your blind resume for sporting venues in Nebraska.
Well, let's hear it. Let's hear your complaints. You're mad about Memorial Stadium, I'm guessing.
How did you put Ameritrade? But it's not even that. Schwab.
The Chuck.
How'd you put the Chuck ahead of Memorial Stadium?
First of all, I don't know what's coming next. So that's a part of the blind ranking, right?
So you're not 10 toes down on that. You just were like,
but
you casually put Memorial Stadium at 4 out of 5.
Not casually. I did a lot of. I was like, hey, I know it's gonna be a hot take, and I explained it. Here's the thing: as a venue itself, Memorial Stadium, like there's people complain about it all the time, and then you acknowledge any of those complaints, and they're like, oh, hater. No, like it's the same thing with Rosenblatt. Rosenblatt as a venue was kind of a tough place. Like, not a lot of the amenities, a lot of things were old, and like you're missing a lot from an older venue that you get at a new venue. I'm not saying the new venues are all better, but even like from a sight lines, it's not. And listen, trying to go to the bathroom in Rosenblatt was a nightmare. There's just a lot of things you miss out on. So I put Memorial lower for a lot of those things. Now, I think as fans, which is totally fair, we include some of our memories.
Burners. Man, Todd, his nails.
Oh, he knows.
Goodness.
We include some of the memories at a place in the ranking of the place itself. But if you're just looking at it as a venue, it is not a great venue. It's a great landmark for Nebraska and football, but as a venue, you can't put it that high. But again, I didn't know Morrison was going to be in there, so like it's hard to, as a venue, and
you tried your best to sell it.
As a venue, I do think the Chuck is a better venue than Memorial Stadium is. I also think the Chuck's a better venue than Rosenblatt was. There's not as much nostalgia there, but
of those places, where's the best place you've had a sporting experience? I didn't have much problems with your number one.
PBA is a phenomenal, PBA, you get everything, right? It's a good modern amenities arena. It's a great place to watch a game. The crowd atmosphere actually matters there. Like, it's built in a way that
I was surprised Devaney didn't get ahead of Morrison.
They didn't rank I wasn't given Devaney.
I know.
Oh, okay. So
as
you were
a choice
included. Yeah. So the Bob would have been tough because atmosphere is great for volleyball. It's a great place to watch a volleyball match, but it is an older venue. So Bob would have been tough to rank for me. I include a lot of the
I give grace on the blind resume thing. It's hard.
So
it's kind of fun. We need to probably incorporate that.
I think they're super fun. I can give you some blind rankings. We'll do that. I also think when it comes to venues, I care way more about the venue experience than necessarily
you kept talking about amenities. I'm like, I want environment.
So environment's great. The way I think about it is, if I like a team, I'm going to enjoy the experience no matter what.
And it's different for me because I don't care about concession stands
because you're never in there.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not getting concessions, and I'm not probably using the bathroom.
Fair, and I am going to do both a lot. So that's a big part of my experience there. Like, part of the reason I like the Chuck so much is because it's super easy to get food and drinks, super easy to go to the bathroom, much easier to navigate. So I'm a big fan of the Chuck for that reason. PBA is, like I said, a great example of both atmosphere and amenities. Like, that's a great combo of both.
I think that the Chuck is overrated.
For atmosphere, probably, but not for amenities. It's a really
I get that.
It's a really well-built stadium.
Yeah, except that it faces the wrong goddamn way.
Also true. But I mean, in terms of the fan experience at Chuck, if you're just going, and here's the other thing with baseball is,
if it's the CWS, yes, I'm all in for playing.
Absolutely.
I would love to play there. Any other time, like if I'm Creighton,
it's not a good venue for Creighton. It's too big. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Can we just talk about the foul grounds?
Well, yeah, we can talk about it for sure.
Like, just the design is not player friendly.
So the playing field, yes.
Like that's how I'm just like
I look at it. I'm looking at it from a strictly fan perspective. So I like the playing field matters way less to me than it does if I'm looking at it as a player.
No, DJ, hear my heart. So even I know what he's saying. Like I'm not just going to venues for work, but like let's say like just this past summer, I went to Kansas City.
Oh yeah.
And LA.
Kaufman's not a great stadium.
But I didn't think one time about the bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I got peanuts, so I didn't have to get up again.
Yeah, they just like came to you. I think you're
so you know what I mean? Like,
I think you're an outlier there though. I think those things matter to other people a lot with stadiums. At least they do to me.
So everybody's cool with just having to use the bathroom during a 3.5-hour sporting event?
I don't know if everybody's cool with it, but based on the lines when I go, a lot of people do it.
I mean like the bathroom.
You mean like taking a dookie?
Yeah, like that matters what you consume in the concessions.
I mean, if I consume, unless I am sick.
Are you cool with eating with your fingers?
Depends on what it is. Like I'll eat nachos, I'll eat a hot dog. I'm not trying to get like a ribeye or anything, but yeah. I also think I will be to that point. I saw this at the Super Bowl. They had like the $200 burger or whatever. Yeah. I don't want something that involved, regardless of price. I don't want to have
eating
like a knife and fork and you're doing this and like
I can't even put your elbows on the table.
No, so I'm very much stadium food and like car food are very similar to me. It's like I need it self-contained. Like a hot dog is fine. I don't like any condiments on my hot dog, so it makes it easy to eat. But like condiments,
I agree. A-Train, absolute.
What did he say?
He said the Rose Bowl is poop.
Yeah, and again, yes. I think I haven't been there, but from what I've heard, that's a very good example.
Did you not hear Benny Mac talking about the elevator
stores?
Oh
no, I have.
That thing stopped.
I haven't been in a lot of.
Although their food choices, like if you went outside, were elite.
Mm-hmm.
Elite.
Yeah.
Now the stadium.
Big Shot says, "What's wrong with Kaufman?" There's nothing like inherently wrong with it, but if you've been to modern baseball stadiums, like modern Major League stadiums, like
so I thought Kaufman was very user friendly in terms of several places to get concessions.
So I will say I don't think I've been back since their most recent renovation.
Like
so,
I didn't have to. It wasn't all funneled to like one spot. Like that's
the big issue with a lot of older stadiums.
I had a lot of flexibility. I went where there were the least amount of people.
I don't mind Kaufman. It's not in the category of bad stadiums. And again, I haven't been since the most recent renovations. But if you've been to one of the like really nice modern like in the last 10-year stadiums, those are phenomenal. Like they're on a different level.
You're talking about like Allegiant?
Yes, like they're just on a totally different level from what Kaufman is, and that's a structural thing. That's like not Kaufman's fault.
That's a dump, Bellevue Joey.
LA Coliseum?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's what I mean. Like a lot of these, unless you have an emotional unless you have an emotional attachment to some of these stadiums, they are dumps. Like they just are. Like a lot of the old stadiums are not like that's a big thing with like Fenway. Fenway's got a lot of problems, but everybody's so emotionally attached to it, you can't ever really do much about it.
I think Petco BP is held in high regard from a fan perspective too.
Yeah. That's a good example.
To his point.
Yeah.
I think it gets a ton of votes yearly.
I don't know what it's called now, but the Astro Stadium is really good fan experience.
I think Arizona is up there.
I was surprised Camden was a good fan experience. Camden Yards.
It's a sweet set. I know allegedly they have great food.
It's been a while since I've been there, but they did have good food when I was out there. I did not like
Listen, I mean, don't let me fool you. Like I ordered sushi at Chavez Ravine.
Yeah.
But it was easy to eat.
Yeah, again, no, it's self-contained. That actually makes more sense to me than somebody having like a chili dog. You know what I mean? Like I don't want all this.
Oh, easy on the stadium being poop now. No, he's right though. I had a really good friend that she did the animation for the Jumbotron for Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played at Nebraska.
That's awesome. That's a cool gig.
She's really good. She does like voiceovers and stuff.
I haven't been to Chavez Ravine. I have been to Angel Stadium. Not a great place.
Oh, it's Anaheim. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's not ideal.
That's what you get.
For what? Going to see the Red Sox?
Ravi.
My sister.
What you get for messing around in Anaheim?
My sister lived in LA. We wanted to go see the Sox.
JPB on a roll. But there's no bad seats at PNC.
So that's part of why I like the Chuck. The viewing,
there's no bad seats in that place.
The viewing angles in the Chuck are very good. I think it's a very good place to watch a ball game.
That's why Pittsburgh doesn't spend any money, because people
just go to watch the games.
They go, man.
Yeah. I mean, PNC is a great one. I haven't been there, but I had a buddy that went out there a couple years ago and loved the experience. Yeah. Like, that's what I mean with some of the modern stadiums. Like, you're just talking about a totally different fan experience when you get stadiums that were built in the last 15 years, basically. That's all. I know.
Scott, if somebody eats day old shrimp from the counter saying they won't eat finger foods at a stadium, I don't. Yeah, those are two different. Come on, Scott. Like, we're like, if I'm Hawk, you're Animal. Like, we're supposed to be the Road Warriors. Yeah, I don't like my. I know you guys give me a hard time about wiping down the meatball.
No, I get what you're saying, though. But especially at stadiums. I
don't like my fingers messy.
I
have anything to do with whether I would eat cold or hot shrimp.
Yeah, those are different issues. Because I will say, and I know this.
Somebody like shrimp cocktail? That's pretty cold.
I'll eat shrimp cocktail. Cold and room.
It's awful refrigerated, but that's beside the point.
Cold and room temperature, not the same thing. Famously,
it was protected by the cheese. I actually like BG. I actually like playing at Duncan. I thought Duncan Field was. Duncan is probably my favorite high school experience in the stadium.
You know what is a low-key really cool high school baseball stadium? Bellevue East.
Oh, yeah, Roddy?
Yeah. Really cool high school baseball stadium. Yeah. That's a nice place.
I always look forward to playing at Roddy because we were going to get to see Strickland.
Yeah.
And it was always personal.
Yeah.
They were good, too.
But a cool stadium.
They had a brother named Whitey. It was classic. He played second base.
Like a brother or like a brother?
Wait, say that again.
Like a brother or like a brother?
The second one, you fool.
Like in January or February?
He officiated February.
Okay.
You're an idiot. You just can't go a whole show. It's impossible. It is just theoretic. It is impossible.
I can't help myself.
No, I know. Very stupid.
I come by it honestly.
The venue, Chuck, maybe.
Oh yeah, that's a cool.
I'm talking about like to see over the interstate,
but
the actual setup, no,
a little rough.
The metal box,
a little rough.
But the scene set is incredible.
JMP says best one he's been to is Jerry World. Yeah, like that's a great example of what I'm talking about.
So we went. It was closed. Micah played in Dallas, and they did a tour with the kids, but they weren't playing a game.
Mm-hmm.
But I could imagine where that venue was. They took the tour.
Yeah,
I could imagine the venue to watch a game. How big is the Jumbotron again?
Oh, yeah, Jerry World. So that's the only issue I have with maybe Jerry World is, and I haven't been there, so it seems like there would be some places that you have to watch the TV instead of the actual field, which is kind of defeats the purpose for me. Like if I'm going to a game, I want to see the game because it's easier to watch at home anyway. So like I kind of want to I want good sight lines of the actual field. So that would be a complaint for me. But in terms of amenities and stuff, from what I've heard, Jerry World is incredible.
Yeah, we're gonna do the whole blind resume thing.
We'll do some blind ranking, blind resume. This is the time of year. This is blind resume time of year.
Or rankings, yeah.
We can do both though. I can have you blind rank the blind resumes, or there's lots of things we could do.
I'll know.
You'll know almost immediately.
I'm the college basketball, so I studied.
I'll have to. Yeah, I might have to leave out records because they'll be too easy for you. I don't know. I'll have to figure out a way to do it. I can't give you conference for sure. I'll just say power conference, non-power conference. This might be the way we'll do it. Let's take a quick break here. I want to get to one last thing before we wrap up the show today. And I have to remind you, today is the day. Glow Big Red. Make sure we start at noon. It's glowbigred.unl.edu. Make sure you get out, get your gift. And by get out, I mean just get online on your phone or computer and make that gift $75 or more. Get you those beautiful tote bags. Smell just like burlap, like me and DB have been talking about for the last couple of weeks. You've got from noon today until noon tomorrow to direct your gifts to your favorite place within the university, and they will get your gift directly. glowbigred.unl.edu. that's where you give. We'll be right back to finish up Hurrdat Sports Live.
They're much better. This is the best DePaul team we've played in quite some time. So, they've only lost at home in conference play to UConn and St. John's, kind of like everybody else has. But they're physical. They've got some guys that are back from last year, and CJ Gunn can score in a lot of ways. Yeah, they're so physical at the point of the screen. We have to get out in transition and try to hit them before the defense gets set. But they're very sound on the defensive end of the floor. They're very physical. We have to play through that physicality.
Yeah, I think just his stuff has improved. He's obviously got experience and confidence maybe that he thought he had but didn't necessarily have this time last year. Had a great fall, has been really good for us so far. Just the ability to command the ball has been a lot better. And we've also seen the average fastball velocity jump a little bit for him as well. So he's kind of cruising more in that 94 range, whereas this time last year is probably more 91, 92. So just 4 pitches, he's competitive. He filled his position well. He's got a great pick move. Like just things that you want to have leading into the weekend. Now it's just a matter of consistency for him. We saw it at the back half of last year. For us to be great, he needs to do it all year.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DBM Ravi Lulla reminding you, make sure you get out to Next Gen Male Medical. They've got what you need, whether it's weight loss. I know it's February. Summer's right around the corner. Maybe you'll lose a few pounds before you get out for the summer, or maybe you're feeling a little sluggish, need a little testosterone, a little pick-me-up. They've got you covered. Regardless of what it is, they are the place to go because they don't just focus on, oh, let's just prescribe you something. They're trying to get your total health where it needs to be. It's nextgenmmc.com to schedule an appointment or see all their products and services.
Do you watch hockey or do you watch the Olympics?
Yeah. I'm a much bigger Summer Olympics person than Winter Olympics.
Well, there's only 3 things I like in the Winter Olympics.
Hockey.
Correct.
Hockey's phenomenal. Love Olympic hockey.
There's no way you'll get the other two. You might.
So Olympic hockey is my favorite version of hockey.
I love it. No, Scott, I was not surprised by 5-0 only because In the previous 4 exhibitions, USA has hammered Canada.
Yeah,
Canada. It's been like 26-4.
The U.S. women are a wagon. Like they're
an absolute, but it is a huge rivalry.
Yeah. Okay, so number 1 is hockey.
Did you see the guy that had the press conference that he cheated on his girlfriend?
Yeah, that was wild. In the biathlon?
I respect the hustle.
I also respect because later there's 2 things there. I respect him being like, hey, like I'm not really in a good place right now. Like I made the biggest mistake of my life. Like I appreciate transparency, honesty, vulnerability, love it. I also appreciate later he hit me with some accountability after in the press conference after the initial interview. He goes, hey, I don't know if I should have said that. I don't want to take anything away from my teammate that won the gold.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is also very cool.
Yep.
Like I really appreciated the self-awareness in both of those aspects of the interview.
The guy has made some bad decisions. I was like, I hear you.
I can ride with that.
Air high five.
Yeah, like I was very appreciative.
Hopefully she sees this at the right time, though. I'm like, what is she on delay?
No, I thought like maybe emotionally she wasn't ready to hear.
Oh, you're so smart.
What he had to say. That's how I took it, at least.
What are the other 2 events you think I watched?
So this is tough because there's nothing that really screams DB. I'm gonna go.
One will when I explain why, because I was curious more than anything and saved the whole gender thing.
I'm gonna go wild card here. I'm gonna go the mogul skiing.
No.
Okay. Anything ski related?
Dude, I'm black. No, I'm terrified of my ACLs.
Lindsey Vonn didn't make you feel any better about that situation.
Exactly.
Her leg exploded.
Yeah, I'm good. I have no.
Okay, so no.
Well, almost everything's on snow and ice. So
I just want you to. I just want you to know.
Correct.
I almost made a joke there, and I held it back. I just reeled it back in.
It's winter, so a lot of that stuff wouldn't appeal to me.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're Winter Olympics, homie. What are we talking about here?
You do like the cold, though.
Exactly. Thank you for.
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing ski related. I'm trying to remember what the bobsled.
Correct.
Bobsled's good.
Very explosive.
I like bobsled.
It's fast.
Yeah, I like bobsled.
I love
a lot.
the bobsled. What's the other one?
Ooh.
It fits my personality because it's about methodology and strategy.
I know. I was thinking a process oriented one. And
This is about as process oriented as it gets.
Figure skating.
Heck no.
That seems pretty process oriented. That's not a crazy guess.
That is
not process oriented.
Not skating.
It seemed process. What is it?
Curling.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, total teamwork.
Yeah.
Roll like.
Yeah, I got you.
I am fascinated by curling. I can't even tell you. And listen, remember our local guy that I like? He used to be a huge fan.
Oh yeah.
That did all the curling here locally.
Yeah.
And
that was right on the come of it.
Yeah, he was ahead of the game.
Yeah.
Barry got it. He said it had to be curling.
Yeah. See, Beach. I give him nicknames. I get it. One I shouldn't have said. And he's going to try to talk me off of Jizzle. But everything can be Izzle. It doesn't. Jizzle just sound. I get it. But we are connected.
Yeah, he went 2 for 2 on his guesses.
We are connected. He gets me.
No, I love bobsled. Bobsled's one of my favorite ones.
Bob, it is so gosh dang. It is. And I would be terrified.
Oh, I would never.
But I love how.
Would never do it.
Like the. Oh yeah, I'm all in on bobsled.
Can I say I sort of like
that's what everybody.
Yeah, you can go. Yeah, they have.
So that's the guy that I'm talking about.
Yeah, they have like
he started that
like a league. Sasha tried it out not that long ago because she likes skating.
Did she video it?
I don't know.
Did she send you the video about 3 weeks ago where she hammered?
Yeah.
I was like, why are you forechecking like that into the board?
In rec league hockey.
Dude, that should have been a major.
She might have got penalized. She didn't tell us.
It was in front of their bench, too. I was like, you're a menace.
She got to remind people she's about business.
I was like, that'd be frowned upon. No, JR.
For me, that actually is a part of the reason.
No, knock it off.
No, when I was so Cool Runnings is the first movie
I rock with Justin, too.
That's the first movie I ever saw in theaters. And it was a super cool movie.
I kind of like the luge would be, that's
So
I get it.
So like luge, skeleton, bobsled, like I like all of those.
Yeah, luge is a menace too.
I am fascinated by the sprint speed skates. I think those are fun to watch. Because I do think there's
Apollo Ono guy.
I mean, he was really good, obviously. Back in the Nagano games back in 1998.
I was gonna shout somebody out, but you're gonna say why I'm shouting her out, but it's fine. She won gold, so I'm happy for her.
I don't like the long distance ones. I think those get boring, but the sprint speed skates I think are really interesting. I think there's a lot more strategy that goes on there.
You just gotta be all in on the whole Quadzilla thing.
Oh, dude, those are the
I tried ice skating. It is miserable.
Oh, it's unreal. The leg muscles on those people are unbelievable.
Charlie wants to know what your seed prediction is. I'm going with a 3.
Yeah, I think I would say a 3 as well.
I think Nebraska will be a 3 seed.
Oh, apparently you can cross country ski out here too.
Out where?
Here in Omaha.
So I would do that. It's flat, relatively flat, right?
Yeah.
There's like
you can get like sometimes you go up inclines or like down short inclines, but you're not. It's Flatlander. Scotty, you.
I might have to kick him out of the family tree. No, actually, I'm not. So I think I turned that movie off.
Corn Raider, that's what I was talking about. He says, got to be honest, been watching the pairs figure skating. The level of perfection is impressive. I thought that might appeal to you, like the having to be on the same page and like that process. That's why I got to figure skating.
It's just a little too dainty for me.
Okay. All right.
You know, it's
not a big finesse guy.
It's fine.
That's why I went there. It wasn't because I was like, oh, I bet DB really likes the twirls.
And I certainly would not be in on the co-ed tandem thing. That's not my style.
I'm fine with whatever. Like it's just if that's what you're like watching.
Yeah, kind of a caveman. You do you.
Riding solo over here.
Just saying.
You know what the figure
cross country skiing. Would I cross country ski? I don't think so. I do like peace though.
I'll say it feels very like isolated. But you're not like a jogger though either.
No, that's not peaceful.
You think cross country skiing is gonna be more peaceful than jogging?
Well, I have an apparatus to help me do the work other than pounding my knees on concrete.
I gotta tell you, I think the cross country ski is pretty tough on your legs too.
I don't know. I'd rather get on a treadmill than go jog. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Oh, so you just mean like the literal physical pounding
of
the
physics of it.
Okay. So like an elliptical versus a treadmill.
Correct.
Okay. I think exertion wise, it's gonna be just as.
I'm not afraid to breathe heavy.
Okay.
Get my VO2 up.
We did a really good job talking about North Dakota State there.
Damn it. We didn't even get to it.
I asked you during the break. I gave you 4 options.
Yeah, and I wanted NDSU.
And none of the options were Winter Olympics. And you're like, you like the Olympics?
I bet Wyatt likes figure skating. Could do the biathlon shoot stuff.
That's true.
I do want to learn how to shoot.
Yeah? Have you figured out what type of gun you want to shoot yet? Like rifle, shotgun, handgun?
Something that won't break my shoulder blade or clavicle.
So maybe a handgun.
I can't use a scope. I need to see.
You know, you should probably go to an eye doctor before you learn how to shoot. High five?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
No.
That's TV. I'm Ravi, Lulla. We'll be back tomorrow. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
See you. Have a good day. Love you.